again.
Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew.
I ask y'all, who was late? Quick question. There's 2 answers. Crazy. And whoever accused me of being late, screw you, buddy.
Facts. Whoever said me, hey, I was early by like 35 minutes, bud.
Yeah. I did take a pre-pod nap, man. Ooh, nap hit. My sleep schedule is messed up right now, man. I ain't gonna lie. I slept at 6 a.m. Just cause.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Feel like I'm back in college, man.
The terrible sleep schedule, man. That's how you know you're really living good. Just sleep whenever you want. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah. With that being said, welcome back to another episode of Let's Keep It a Buck Founders Edition. Right? Founder day, real day ones, day zeros.
Actually, since the beginning. No 10 days. All the 10 days are up right now. Maybe we need new 10 days. This is crazy.
Real draft picks. Now let me chill.
Homegrown talent.
Yeah, man. We Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. You see what I'm saying? Welcome back. We're adjusting that. Jesus Christ. Shout out to the unders, by the way. I saw the over-under line in chat. It was 8:15. We went live right at 8:14. So screw y'all.
On purpose.
Yeah, man. On a serious note, though, Sage will be joining us. Omar may be joining us. I know he told y'all he was going to be out for 2 weeks. He may make a guest appearance today and fully be back by the next pod. We'll see what's going on here. But Damo, how you been lately, man?
I've been good, man. Been great. Just doing the same old, grinding off camera, grinding on camera, just trying to grind, man.
I feel it. Oh, I do want to make an announcement. I don't think we've ever made a formal announcement. The new go live start time for Let's Keep It a Buck is 8 p.m. All right? It is 8 p.m. That is official. So when we go live at 8:10, that's not 40 minutes late. That's 10 minutes late. I just listen. Some of y'all have, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might be at break at work, you know. Y'all might be counting on us for entertainment on your break. It's 7:30. Where the boys at? The boys are live allegedly at 8. And anything after that is where you gauge how late we are, okay? 5 p.m. Pacific for my Cali dudes out there. 6 p.m. for my Denver Nuggets fans or whoever lives on Mountain Time. But yeah, formal announcement. That is when we start. It is at 8 p.m. Listen, today we're gonna switch it up a little bit. All right, give the people little pivot. You know what I'm saying? Switching lanes just a little bit, not a full U-turn, not a full left, not a full protected left, just going from the right lane to the middle lane, you know? We still got some basketball topics for y'all today, but we do have a decent amount of non-basketball topics for y'all today, all right? I know the people have been asking for a slight pivot. We did have a really bad outing on low stream that really opened my eyes to the direction of this podcast, man. Maybe we don't like basketball. Not even like. Maybe we just don't know. Yeah, we don't love basketball.
We don't love basketball, man. We like it. Basketball cool. Basketball is fun. We like basketball. I found out very quickly we do not love basketball.
Yeah, man, there's levels to these bezels. It's kind of like finding out, you know, your joints are just too old for the game or something. Because I swear to God, back in the day, relative to my era, I was one of yeah, I'm saying we really knew ball relative to our era. I brought a field goal percentage, the boots would be shaking. What?
3-point percentage? What? Volume? Yeah, man, we used to have the street shaking back in the day. But nowadays, y'all niggas y'all can buy stats to create your own stat. The game is past me. The game has passed me. I ain't gonna lie to you, souls. I know how Jeff Teague and them boys, they always say that was that moment. Like he says it was De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox made him realize, you know what? Maybe it's time to hang it up. These boys too fast. I don't know for you, but me, definitely my moment. So who was Dirk traded for? Dirk was traded. Whoa. All I hear from PC side. Duh. He was traded on draft night. Wait, you don't know who? Mars, you're 15. What? Yeah, I don't love the game. Hey, I like the game. I don't love it, man.
Yeah, man. Outside of who was it? Tim Duncan, who's the other dude who had 5 all defensive teams, was never first all defensive team, and also never won a DPOY. Like, I get it, man. Listen, y'all better than us, all right? I give up. Round of applause. Jeez, man.
Wave the white flag.
Yeah, man, we are waving the white flag. I want to start us off with the audio review. Shout out to the audio review. This is from the actual Kings A. I've seen him in our chats a lot. The 4 best Gooners on the whole internet. W Gooners. That's a 5-star review.
Is it? Oh man, I'm gonna sound so old. Is that a good thing? I don't think being a Gooner is a good thing.
What do you think a Gooner means?
Man, from what I understand, isn't it just an edger? Like that's what Gooners are. That's what it means when niggas say they're gooning. It's like
the fuck is that edger? What is that?
Never mind, man. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
No, I am worrying about it. The fuck is an edger?
You don't know what edging means? So what's a gooner?
No, I know what edging means, but like, okay, I think this is one of those, a rectangle is a square, but a square is not a rectangle type things. Gooning is just being a horny fuck, all right? Just being perpetually horny. That's ultimately what it means. Like being a porn addict.
Okay. So I was lied to when I got the definition. Got you.
Yeah, man. Now, the qualifications for what a gooner is, I really need to know, because I may be on the line. I don't know, bro. Is jacking off every day a gooner? Like, I don't know. Once a day? Is once a day crazy?
Is once a day crazy?
In 2024? Hey, these are the conversations y'all asked for, chat. I want y'all to know that.
Let me ask, how long have you been going once a day?
All right, you getting too personal now.
That's how you classify it, man. You be like, I mean, when haven't I? That's when I mean, when haven't I? I can't remember when I did. That's when it's like, all right, well, buddy, you got a problem.
You stopped?
There was a time when you weren't? What? Puberty. What? Isn't that the answer? Puberty's the answer, right? Like, no.
All right, listen, man, we got some topics today. We're going to be talking about Angel Reese and her new podcast. We will be saving that topic when Omar gets here, though, because he apparently is very passionate about that conversation to the point where he wants to stop by the show to talk about it. We will also be talking about Demar Derozan. Is Demar Derozan the biggest loser in the NBA?
Did Russ retire? My fault. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, we might have to rank the top 5. And also, a sneak peek to my hot take of the day. I am done with the 2010s. Yeah.
You're sick.
Yeah. We vaguely talked about it a couple pods ago. If you follow my Twitter, you saw my tweet. I feel like some of y'all actually didn't know what I was talking about, which is fine. But I am done with the early 2010s. We will be debating that later on, man, because, God. Someone posted the top 10 ratings for 2K 10 years ago. And yeah, that shit said LeBron 98, KD 95, next 2 dudes 92, next 2 dudes 89. I'm like, man, I know I ain't tripping, man. I know this is just 2K, but God, that
You're
gap was
so
big.
nasty.
That
You're
gap
so
was big,
nasty.
man.
You're evaluating the impact of an era based off 2K ratings. Like, oh my god.
Nah. There's other things we can talk about, but it starts there. That's
Okay.
that's what fueled the fire. All right. Let's go ahead and start off with DeMar DeRozan. Okay. So DeMar DeRozan went on a podcast tour this offseason, as a lot of NBA players have been doing. And he went on an interview on Jeff Teague's podcast after a bunch of other interviews that where he already talked about LeBron. He's talking about LeBron again, man. He is talking about LeBron again. At this point, is it embarrassing or is it just him telling the truth? All right, let's see what we got over here. Share this tab. Boom. All right, this is DeMar DeRozan.
Many times, but yeah, that motherfucker was impossible to beat. That's just what it was. Like, you know what I mean? Bro. Like it just, you know, shit. It was no other way around it.
You don't think y'all could have had one more piece and could have got it done?
Nah, bro. That's nothing you could do.
I'm be honest. Like, no.
Yeah.
Bro was just like, at that time, like
it's unbelievable.
I always I have arguments with people because it's like they ask me what Bron was the best, and it's like that Miami Bron and that second Cleveland Bron.
Yeah, that second Cleveland.
That's my first answer every time. When he first went back to Cleveland, that nigga was different.
Bro, it was he controlled everything from top to bottom.
Come on, man.
Like it was when you stepped on that floor, it was like it was tough, bro. Like he one of the greats for a reason. You know what I mean?
Listen, man, I've never won a playoff game against him.
We know.
I've been in 4 series with this man. I got swept 4 times.
See,
it's crazy.
I got a couple wins up.
That's it. Listen, one time we was up 30.
Oh my God. I don't know where that story's about to go.
It don't sound like it's gonna end well if he's never beat him. That's crazy.
Oh my God, let me tell you, once we were up 30, that's the start.
We was up 30. That's LeBron is giving PTSD. I can't wait for a lot of players to retire and just start going on the LeBron whoop my ass tour.
Oh no, they're already starting, man. So that was a clip right there. I'm pretty sure DeMar was on Paul George's podcast, and they was also kumbayaing over getting their ass whooped by LeBron. Now KG and Paul Pierce, they've been standing 10 toes. We made LeBron. Yeah, we put fear in him. They're the only ones really going against the grain, maybe for rightful reasons. But so this is a take that DeMar DeRozan has had for a couple of times now. Like he had that take right after I believe the series ended between him and LeBron, where he was up on a podium, and I quote, "If we had LeBron on our team, we would have won." Damo, what do you make of this quote? Is this just insane glazing? Is this a lack of self-confidence? Is this some loser shit? Or is it just him telling the truth?
Honestly, it's genuinely him telling his truth and his shared experience, because he sent with someone else who has similar experiences. And there are a ton of players who are great throughout the 2010s and even the early 2020s that all have this same exact shared experience, especially the guys that were in the NBA from like 2011, 2012 to like 2019. They have the same exact similar experience of, if you were in the East, there came a point in time where you ran to LeBron James, and it's what we see a lot of these newer guys talking about with their Cam Reddish stories. Like the Ant Edwards thing. Like everyone got a Cam Reddish story. He gave everybody 40, 50, 60. That's what LeBron is for a lot of the players in this generation that's coming towards retirement, a little bit older now. They all got it. So it's not glazed.
It's glazed, man. I'm sorry, man. It's glazed, bro. The only bro. The only reason, maybe DeMar should have thought, maybe the only reason why LeBron was, doing this to the whole conference was because a lot of us had this mentality. When we go up against, it's LeBron James. Now, he literally said they couldn't add anyone to their team. Like, bro, it's a fucking team game. Even if LeBron drops 40 points and 10 assists, that's still 60 points he's responsible for? The average score of a game is 100 to 110, bro. Like, I get it. LeBron is Himothy. He's him. But, bro, to go as far as to say, I don't even know who we could have added. Like we was just gonna ask for by LeBron, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm surprised, man. I thought you would have called him a loser.
No, I mean, everyone's a loser around nowadays. A lot of these guys are losers, so obviously he's a loser. But this is the same way KG and Paul Pierce and a lot of guys will talk about Kobe. Yes, they'll have a little bit more on their chest because they did, in fact, beat him. But a lot of those Rashard McCants talk about Kobe just like that. Gilbert Arenas talks about Kobe just like that. Outside of, I gave him 40 one time. Other than that, nigga, utmost kumbaya praise. Kean Martin praises him. Everybody praises Kobe in the 2000s. In the 90s, that's how them guys talked about Jordan. Oh my God, we were so rough, tough, and competitive. But I mean, yeah, Mike. But other than Mike, other than Black Jesus, they was calling that nigga Jesus. They called him Black Jesus. Grown men called another grown man that bleeds like them, gambles every night, Black Jesus. In the 80s, that's how they talked about Bird and Magic. Who was winning and dominating in the 80s? Bird and Magic? How do the players in the 80s outside of Isaiah Thomas talk about Bird and Magic? Just like they talk about Bron, Kobe, and Jordan. It's for every era. How you feel like them old niggas in the 60s talk about Bill Russell for the ones that weren't on one of the 18s back then? You know about Bill the same way.
That's fine. But all I'm saying is would you... Wouldn't you say maybe like 2 years ago that those guys would have been glazing Michael Jordan? Like, goddamn, man, have some competitive bone in you. Pause.
That's insane. What competitive bone can anyone have from a guy that's been boning them? Like Jordan was boning niggas. What is they gonna say? What are you gonna try to be competitive for now? To lie? They just telling the truth. Stuff that kind of was documented then. Nowadays, you can't lie. What's somebody gonna come out and say? You're gonna be like Mario Chalmers talking against LeBron, so everybody can pull up the clips of LeBron sunning you. Stop it! You can't say nothing.
I just wish DeMar DeRozan played in the early 2010s, because this would have really proved my point even further about how weak that era is.
He is in the early 2010s. He's in that era. He was drafted in 09.
No, he was, but like him competing for real, that was like mid 2010s. 2016, 2018. That's mid to late 2010s, man. But God,
the early 2010s, that's where you really got it. I'm not gonna lie. While you was talking, I looked up the MVP race for 2012. I'm not gonna use that as evidence.
Nah, what is it? I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even look it up. Nah.
I'm not gonna use that as evidence. So the MVP ladder for the 2011-2012 season: LeBron number 1, Kevin Durant 2, Chris Paul 3, Kobe 4, Tony Parker 5, Kevin Love 6, Dwight 7, Rondo 8, Steve Nash 9, Wade 10, Derrick Rose 11, Dirk 12, Russ 12, Tim Duncan 14, Joe Johnson 15.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now. The nasty one was really 2014 when KD won. So KD was number 1, LeBron was 2, Blake was 3. 4 was Joakim Noah. 5 was James Harden. Now, this was before, like, James Harden was a triple-double machine for real.
No. Don't try to preference James Harden. James Harden. Stop it.
Okay, I guess. Steph Curry. Chris Paul. 8 was Al Jefferson.
Respect Big Al. Why you say it like that? Respect Big Al. He was elite one season.
9 was Paul George and 10 was LaMarcus Aldridge. So
yeah, don't get down to 16 and 17. That's crazy.
Oh my God, Goran Dragic and Mike Conley.
I'm about to say, don't keep going. I'm going to just stop. Whoa. Ooh. They got votes? Someone voted for this? Someone voted for Mike Conley?
That is a vote right there, man.
That is a vote.
35-year-old Dirk got a vote.
He got a vote.
Okay, he was averaging 22 still, but Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's not bad. So what do you follow for Cliff next year?
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Real quick, y'all. Real quick. We are going to be doing something different at the end of this podcast. We are going to be doing the Q&A, but what I'm going to call it is the A and Q, all right? Instead of y'all coming up here with questions for us to answer, we are actually going to give y'all a question for y'all to answer. And come up here and just share your experiences, all right? So we gonna give this some time to simmer in the chat, so y'all can think of y'all answers and responses by the end of the podcast. But the question of the day is, when was your worst birthday and why? Okay, when was your worst birthday and why? We would love to see y'all come up here in the Q&A portion of the stream and share your worst birthday stories, man. With that being said, He's So Sage is here. What?
What's going on, man? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm exhausted, so ear warning. I have to get this out of my system, or I'm gonna be dry the whole pod. All right, man, we're good. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Keep It a Buckers. No, that's not 3-man weave. What are we, 3-D?
This is Well Actually. This is Well Actually.
Pardon me. Welcome back to the Well Actually show. Sorry, I was very much in a thunderstorm. It's pretty bad out here, man. Y'all stay safe out there, my DMV brothers and sisters.
Real quick, Sage, quick hitter. Is Demar Derozan a loser?
That's horrible. That's so nasty.
Way to start. All right. I mean,
I'll play the clip.
He didn't win a championship.
All right. I'll play the clip for you real quick. He was on Jeff Teague's podcast, and do you remember the take he had at the podium where he was like, whatchamacallit? If we had LeBron on our team, we would have won.
Yeah. Ain't he doubled down on that recently?
Yeah.
Oh, quadruple down.
Yeah. And Jeff Teague was like, man, I feel it.
I agree.
Plenty of times. I said it plenty of times. But yeah, that motherfucker was impossible to beat. That's just what it was. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just you know, shit. It was no other way around it.
You don't think y'all could have had one more piece and could have got it done?
Nah, bro. That's nothing you could do.
I'm be honest. Like, no.
Yeah.
Bro was just like, at that time, like
unbelievable.
I have arguments with people because it's like they ask me what Bron was the best, and it's like that Miami Bron and that second Cleveland Bron.
Yeah,
that second Cleveland.
That's my first answer every time. When he first went back to Cleveland, that nigga was different.
Bro, it was he controlled everything from top to bottom.
Come on, man.
Like it was when you stepped on that floor, it was like it was tough, bro. Like he one of the greats for a reason. You know what I mean?
Listen, man, I've never won a playoff game against him.
We know.
I've been in 4 series with this man. I
didn't hear the we know.
It's crazy.
I got a couple wins.
That's it. Listen, one time we was up 30.
Crazy ending.
That's a crazy way to
One time
end
we was
the
up
story.
30, and when we lost that one too. Is he a loser for that? I'm not a fan of it. If he was a late guy, I may be over emotional and say, hell yeah. He telling the truth, I guess, but I don't like the fact that you said if you had another piece that you still couldn't beat the nigga. That's kind of damn, bruh. I don't want to hear that shit if I was a Raptors fan. So I say gun to my head, yeah, sure. But he's obviously infinitely better than we are. Low. I just don't want to hear that shit from my franchise player.
First of all I would tell a Raptors fan is, remember that nigga gliding through the air and murdering your team? Like literally sucking the soul out the building. Pause if needed.
It was.
And y'all don't want to hear DeMar DeRozan be like, hey, that nigga was impossible. It looked impossible. That shit looked crazy.
I guess this is the more interesting conversation at this point. So when Magic said Ant has never won anything, that was a pretty controversial take. Got people up in arms. So obviously NBA stars, let's just keep the conversation to NBA stars. NBA stars are very successful as NBA players. These are the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. So in the context of that, what is a definition of a loser when it comes to the NBA, I guess in general? Not
a loser is somebody with expectation of winning or opportunity to win, and they fall short time in a timeout. Loser is obviously a harsher word, and at the end of the day, there's going to be, as I appealed to earlier on some troll shit, deadass, there is a fandom of NBA in the NBA sphere, where all of these players are objectively winners. All stars and superstars are objectively winners because they've done something that we could never sniff of doing. But in reality, in terms of NBA superstardom, in terms of NBA all-stardom even, Loser would be somebody with the clear opportunity to win and they come up short. I would say religiously more than a once or twice occasion. But like, for example, Chris Paul, for example, hate to be an asshole. One of the 10 best talents I've ever seen in my life. But if someone were to say, yeah, Chris Paul's a loser, what I'm going to say, no, he's not. I mean, like he kept losing. Now he's been held by injuries, and I'm much higher on Chris Paul than a lot of these CP3, CP0 guys that are all over the internet today. But that would be like an example. Another guy, I would say that I wouldn't necessarily call Ant a loser, unironically. And I know my viewpoint of Ant according to the viewers or anything like that, but I think it's too early to call Anthony Edwards a loser into his career. Now, if Anthony Edwards keeps smoking it in the Western Conference Finals for the next 5-6 years, oh yeah, he'd have to be a loser. I think it's a matter of opportunity and it's a matter of consistency.
Well, let me bring it back to before you go, Damo. Let me bring it back to Chris Paul, because I get it. He's never won a championship in his career. He's only made it to the finals once. But this is a guy that perennially is on teams and is a leader of a team that's winning 50 games. It seems like everywhere he goes, winning does follow him for the better. Like I don't know of a team that got Chris Paul and got worse.
Well,
would you classify Chris Paul as a winner?
Yeah, I'm sorry to fuck up. I'm sorry to keep
the
talking,
Warriors.
But yeah, it's relative to what you are, as I said initially. So like, if Chris Paul is a top 10 talent of all time, yeah, that expectation in terms of being classified a winner would be a championship. But let's take one of his teammates, JJ Redick, for example. JJ Redick's a winner because like nobody's expecting JJ Redick to lead you to a championship. Now, is that absolutely unfair? Yes. Is that the definition of NBA fandom, putting these terms that you could even argue are just like, damn, you asshole, what the fuck? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, that's just how I view it. I'll concede that I'm a little ignorant there. I do think expectation, consistency, and what was the other thing I said earlier? Longevity are a huge factor in whether I think you're a loser or not.
I would just say, Sage said it just fine, but also to piggyback onto that, you also have a loser's mentality, which is why I call a lot of guys losers as well. When you choose a certain situation just to, I don't know, get a bag versus winning, I think you're a loser. Bradley Beal, I think he's a loser. You could have went and forged your own destiny of winning. You chose that $50 million, $1,000 a minute contract with the Wizards because you're a loser. Damian Lillard, you know damn well you're not number one. And Portland lied to you, and you believed the lie. Delusional. Why? For a bag. You're a loser. Russell Westbrook,
my bad.
Loser. Just in general.
You think every player that takes a max is a loser?
If you are a player that is genuinely, if Cade Cunningham decides to take a max in Detroit while they're still on record high team losing streaks or whatever, year after year, and his contract comes up, and he can go and form a team or go join a team that actually can win, a better organization, or he says, nah, I want $50 million a year. It's a lose. You're not taking that contract to win. You're taking it to get more money and what? Loser. Prime example, Carmelo Anthony. You could have went to New York or you could have went to Chicago. What did you choose? New York. Loser. There it is.
All right, but going back to DeMar though, is it not some loser mentality shit to say, I ain't gonna lie, it don't even matter who we added. LeBron was going dog walk.
Oh, that's absolutely loser mentality. I don't want to hear that shit.
I disagree. Sometimes the truth is the truth. I don't know what we got against the truth, but at that point in time, who would they have added to just automatically beat LeBron? They weren't getting Kawhi. Kawhi wasn't coming there with DeMar. He had to go. They couldn't just add somebody on top of having him and just beat him unless it got super goofy. And I don't think DeMar was being goofy. He was being real. Again, that's why it's not a loser mentality. Melo convincing himself that, hey, winning with the Knicks is easier than winning with the Bulls. Loser. Dame deciding, hey, I'm going to take this money and stay with Portland because I'm a number one. I want to, not duck from the grind, run from the grind. Loser. Look at you now, losing on a winning team, and you're the problem. Things like that. When you're delusional to yourself, loser.
Well, maybe they didn't need to add anyone because DeMar was averaging 17 points a game on like 43% shooting. Maybe he just need to be better instead of LeBron's go dog walkers.
Yeah, maybe he just needed to be better.
Fair.
Maybe he not needed to fear LeBron there. I'm gonna add on to that point. and I'm gonna use an analogy as something I think I'm decent at versus something I'm awful at. 2K. If we're in 2K, if we're playing 2K right now, let's say we're running 3s or 5s. For the sake of there's 3 of us here, let's say we're running 3s and we're going against the three best park players in the world. Absolutely, the odds are not in our favor. But if the entire game, Damo or B-Souls are sitting there talking about, I can't guard him. His dribbling ability. All right, bro, shut your loser ass up and play some fucking defense. Like, basketball is one of those things where, like, I consistently say, and I think we've all even agreed on whether it will help or hurt your argument today, fine. But we've all agreed basketball is one of those things where all the players, you got to be wired a little differently.
Damn, speaking of wired.
I was like, damn.
I'm locking up.
No. No. Okay.
Oh.
All right, he's back. No. The last word you said was wired. You froze.
Oh, I froze. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I did not get the joke. Yeah, no. So one of the things that we've agreed on, and whether it helps or hurts the argument is fine, but we've all agreed at one point in time that NBA players need to be wired a little differently. And what I mean by that is, like, yeah, sure, LeBron's better than me 10 out of 10 nights or anything, but night 11, I'm pulling them shorts up. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. You told me hold them to 20. Let's do it. You told me to go ahead and make all my threes tonight. Let's do it. Like, it's like that thing of the game. I don't know if it's momentum. It's not momentum. It's like a little bit of ignorance to your game. It's a little bit of pride to your game, confidence to your game, whatever you want to describe it. But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to hear DeMar DeRozan specifically, if I'm a Raptors fan, say that when I'm like, yo, damn, DeMar, you couldn't think for 4 games or maybe 3 games or 2 or hell, even one time, just be like, yo, fuck this nigga LeBron. I'm dropping 40. That's tough when I now canonically know the entire time you're like, damn, bro, they know we can do to stop that nigga. That's LeBron. I don't want to hear that, bro. I'm not judging your character for it, but I don't want to hear that, bro.
I would just say, Souls, the first time you looked at that scoreboard and it said PC 3000, let's keep it a buck, negative 2600. I know you weren't just sitting there, oh, woe is us. This is so unfair. We suck. No, we got off our, these niggas are obviously unks, but fuck it, we gonna keep shooting that bitch. Defense 500. You know, you can be real about what's going on or you can be delusional. Absolutely. I don't think DeMar was being delusional. He looked at the scoreboard and it was LeBron 3000, Toronto negative 2600. And he said, well, shit, there's not really much we can do. I'm gonna try to get my shit off because even in that clip, when Jeff Teague says, yeah, I ain't never beat that nigga playoffs. What does DeMar say? Shit, I got some games. That's the pride right there. That's that pride Sage's talking about. Shit, I got games from that nigga. Just didn't get a series. So there's a separation there. He's just realistic about everything. I can't call a nigga a loser or have a loser mentality because he being realistic.
I'm looking at it right now. In 2018, when they got swept, the Cavs won game 1 by 1 game. The Cavs won game 3 by 2 games. Game 2 and game 4 were blowouts. But this is not just some, we just lost. Like, no, these were close ass games.
On top of that, the Toronto Raptors, again, I'm not trying to hear that from a Raptor specifically because in 2018, the Raptors were 4th in points per game and 6th in opponents' points per game. They were genuinely one of the best two-way teams. I don't fucking know what the term is. They were genuinely playing some of the best basketball out there. And we know what the narrative with the 2018 Cavs were. LeBron James. So I think it's crazy that like the star player on the Raptors, let alone potentially other players in that locker room, were just sitting there and they're like, damn, bro, we can't stop one guy. And that, yes, LeBron is all time. I know how this narrative is going to get spun. LeBron, I wake up one day he's the GOAT. The next day he's at worst too. I completely understand that he's LeBron James. And I completely understand LeBron was destined to do things like beat teams as great as the Toronto Raptors were. But we're talking about a team that won 59 fucking games, sitting there saying, damn, bro, I couldn't beat LeBron tonight. Guess we'll just lose. Fuck out of here. I'm not trying to hear that bullshit, bro. Lock in, handle your business game by game, even if he's the favorite.
With that being said, man, let's go ahead and move on and actually start off with hot take of the week. We're switching things up. The pod that does things different every single time.
What a twist.
Someone did ask earlier what happened to Omar. He is actually right here. What? What?
How easy appeared.
How you
Can
been?
y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can. Loud as hell. Gain always too high.
Whoa. Chill. Hold on.
Oh shit.
It's not me. It's you. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? I missed this, man. Are we
like the
doing hot
setup
take
right
of the
here.
week for real? Are we not going? You like the setup? It's real cozy.
Yeah, man.
I turned my head to see this nigga lip his. Okay.
That's on you. I don't know what to tell you. Can we not talk about this weak ass podcast that Angel Reese has now?
I thought that was your hot take. That's why I said that.
No, that's not my real hot take. I got a real hot take, but hey, listen, we can get
What's
to
the real hot take?
No, the week podcast. So I don't know if people saw Angel Reese is starting a podcast just like every other athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back on the same type of timing. Every athlete does not need a podcast.
Oh shit.
I don't need you to be out there spinning your narratives. I don't need you to be out there telling this story that you have. You have a small story to tell. You're not entertaining. You're not X, Y, and Z. It'll get boring in a couple of days. I personally think she'd be a great YouTuber because she does have a great YouTube channel. After that, hang it up, gang. Same thing that I said about who was the other one that started a podcast?
Trae Young.
No, it was one after Trae Young that we just recently talked about. And Damo was like, no, we were talking about Draymond Green. Green and his words about the people doing the podcast.
It was Buzelis, though. It was Buzelis.
It was. And you know what? I found out it was actually Grady Dick. Why? No clue why he has a podcast. No clue why Grady Dick. Damo, you were caping hard for the young white boys having podcasts. You think Grady Dick should have a podcast?
Yeah, why not?
Welcome to the Dick Pod.
I'm about to say, what, you don't want to learn about the day in the life of the dick? Like, what are we talking about?
He has talked about his AAU stories with his AAU friends 90 times. No, nobody wants to hear that, bro.
And how many views does it have? Does he have an audience? Does he have people that's coming back to hear the dick tales of AAU?
I'm not gonna lie, he has less views than any of us. So
that's fine.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and introduce the topic then. So for those who do not know, Angel Reese is starting her own podcast, as Omar just said. And I do have the trailer for her podcast coming up right here. It is titled The Angel Reese Show.
Simple yet effective.
W marketing.
All right, this is the trailer. This is the trailer right here.
Angel Reese has been a blessing to girls basketball.
The most impressive rookie so far has been Angel Reese.
Look at all the brand deals that she has. The fame, the celebrity, and the newfound dollars.
I love that she's unapologetic. I love that she's authentic.
I feel like she's gonna be a star.
Not only being the best on the floor, but also being unapologetically herself.
I got the keys to the kingdom. Ain't nobody stopping me now.
Launching September 5th. This is by the studio Playmakers. They are the same people who manage Shaquille O'Neal's podcast and Udonis Haslam's podcast as well. It does seem like this is going to be a very guest-heavy driven show. They talked about, we're going to have guests every single podcast. We're going to get to the meat and potatoes. But Omar, if you want to expand on your take, why should Angel Reese not have a podcast?
And I believe she can get good guests. I just want to debunk a couple of things. One, there's not like a massive amount of money in podcasting. The people that are getting massive amounts of money in podcasting have been in podcasting for years. The advertisers, and people talk about this all the time, notably Joe Budden, the advertisers and brand people, the secret is out on the podcasters. They put money behind the Michelle Obama podcast. They put money behind the Kim Kardashian podcast. They put money behind the Lamar Odom and Bruce Jenner podcast, or Caitlyn Jenner. I don't know if Bruce detransitioned or whatever. But nonetheless, that shit it doesn't reward to anything. So she'll get a sponsorship, but it's not going to be this crazy bag that people think it'll be. It'll be guest reliant. And then one day you'll run out of guests. Her focus is going to be basketball. She'll find more interesting things to do, like go to New York Fashion Week. And then it'll become a virtual podcast. And then she'll stop doing it. I don't think I think podcasting, especially for somebody like Angel Reese, is actually one of the worst ways that she could create content. She should actually hire a camera person to follow her around and do some more vlog type stuff. I think that would be 1,000 times better.
Now that I'm thinking about it, is there even an active NBA player that has a consistently successful podcast? Because I'm thinking about it.
Paul George.
I'll say Paul George.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So Paul George. Outside of Paul George, who would it be? Because Mind the Game would be the next pod that comes to mind, but that stopped for obvious reasons. But even then, if you really watch like those first 3-4 episodes, I swear to God, they batch recorded those in like one sitting.
Yep.
So it wasn't like a weekly thing. And then it then became remote, like what Omar said. I believe the Trae Young podcast isn't a consistent podcast. Pat Bev might be a good answer. Draymond Green is not as consistent as he should as well, which is fine because again, you are in the NBA season cycle. But also in terms of making a good podcast, I don't think it is a good podcast when you are as inconsistent as these players are, though. So,
well, if consistency matters, that's gonna be tough. But yeah, I don't know if consistency would matter for me to say it's bad or good. But that's just me.
I would just say if somebody wants to do a podcast, fuck it, let them do a podcast and see how it goes for them. Who knows? She can be the one that it actually works for and it pops for. I'm not sure how everybody felt about Shannon Sharp doing his own thing with the what is the name of the show? The Nightcap or Club Shay Shay, whichever one it is. I think it's the Nightcap.
The one with Ocho?
But, yeah, the one with Ocho.
That's a Nightcap.
No one initially thought that it was just going to pop the way it did, but eventually it caught on and he found his way. Now I understand the differences when we're talking about a Shannon Sharp versus active players. I can understand that. I'm just saying you never know until you know. And with injuries, if this is something she genuinely wants to do, give it, let her do her thing. If not, it'll fall off. And again, I said this before. I don't know if I said this on the stream in the space. Podcasting for athletes is like doing music for athletes. Drop as much music as you want. Is this going to be serious for you or is this going to be a fad? If this podcast is her fad, F it. It's her fad, whatever.
To me, that's even more reason as to not do it. Like those people that did the music label as an athlete, the car dealership as an athlete, the restaurant as an athlete, and got into it after seeing 4, 5, 6 athletes from their same draft class or the same age group do the same thing and fail. That's dumb as fuck. Mind you, she has a YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel right now, three videos on it. She has 35,000 subscribers. I just looked it up. All of them have like 200,000 views on it. And I've watched her content as a vlogger. She is interesting. She does interesting stuff in the vlog setting. She does interesting stuff as a person. She is a WNBA player, one of the few ones that, especially in her infancy in her career, has all the opportunity in the world. Like she was at all the fashion weeks, all the award shows. She has everything at her feet. And I think the worst way to put out content is her sitting down in a chair talking about her LSU days or her Maryland days or interviewing Flage, who already has a podcast. Like that shit is so stupid, gang.
I think the main reason why you think that, though, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's because we're looking at the mindset of motherfuckers who want to do this full time, who knows what it takes to make a successful podcast, though. But I feel like when it comes to a lot of these athletes starting their podcasts, it is on some, they don't really care about the algorithm. They don't really care about going full time. It truly is just a hobby for them. And I've always even said, when it comes to like when people ask me, yo, what should I do about this YouTube channel to grow? And I always say from the jump, yo, bro, if this is literally just a hobby for you, you have no aspirations of taking this seriously for real, going full time, making a bunch of money, growing to 1 million subs, literally do whatever you want because it doesn't matter. You are just making videos for fun. You want to share it to the internet. You can talk about cooking in one video. Then you can talk about the NBA in next video because you truly don't care about the numbers. And I think ultimately for Angel, though, she has so much shit going on. I understand she's going to market it as this is something I'm really serious about. But I truly do think this is just a side passion project that if it fades out, it fades out. But if she wants to do it, ultimately, go ahead and do it. If it crumbles, it crumbles. But it is what it is.
I guess. I just think that her hobby would be the thing that she's already showed hobbies for. Like she's done the TikTok, the Instagram, and all that stuff, and it's been hobbies. She's done the YouTube, and it's been a hobby. If she wants to talk, I feel like if it was just a hobby, she would take it less seriously. She got caught up. She could. What you're saying could be true. She could get caught up in all the branding hype just because of her name. So when she does do anything, it'll be to this level. But fire up a Twitch stream, gang, or hop on Flage. Flage's podcast. Do something different. Starting this, because also what I don't like is the fact that you do this, you've brought in people who are dependent on this, because people are going to be dependent on this for you not to show up.
I would just say for her, it's a bit different than like the typical athletes we're thinking about with basketball in terms of NBA players, because of the fact that the WNBA season is so short and the off season is so long. So for an NBA player to start doing a podcast in the middle of their career, the most consistency you're really going to see from them, if they do want to do it, is going to be the off season. And then when the season comes around, sparingly, remote location, fall off, inconsistent. For a WNBA player, and I don't know how many WNBA podcasts there are, I'm a casual with this, but for a WNBA player, especially with them having a month, 2 months left of the season, it's supposed to start in September. The season ends October, right, Omar? End of September, October, in a way. My real test is going to be seeing what is she doing in March? What is she doing in April? If with this podcast thing, because if she's still going strong and consistent in the off season and she's genuinely doing what she wants, then we know it's real. But if by March, April, it's already remote. If by May's coming around, you got June, and they're looking about opening starting up the next season. If she's not going hard by then, I mean, hey, it was really just a hobby, not even a passion project, but genuinely a hobby.
She's doing Unrivaled, the new 3v3 league in January. She won't be doing this.
I mean, if it's a hobby, it's a hobby. I don't really got an issue with her doing a podcast on the side. I think we don't know to the extent, but we all know these NBA and WNBA players are insanely busy in terms of practice, let alone what we see on television.
And she need practice. She need practice.
Yes, she do.
Right. I'm not doing that. Shout out to Big Reese, never the little one. But what I will say is,
WNBA drummer.
That's why earlier I wasn't necessarily using consistency as a criteria for these podcasts. For me, I kind of want to see the quality of it. I actually am with Omar a smidge bit when he's talking about, is this just a couple of players talking about their glory days in high school and AAU and college and things like that? Or is there going to be genuine conversation or like news updates whenever they have the opportunity to? But I don't scale them to consistency. I think that's kind of unfair considering that this is still a hobby for them. But I'm talking about just the quality of the content. That's what helps me decide if things are a good podcast or a bad one. Like Paul George, I don't really have smoke for his because for the most part, yeah, every now and then they'll have some nostalgia. They'll have a nostalgia act on there, but then sometimes, yo, how the fuck did we lose to the Nuggets last night? And that's just cool. I'm with it.
Yeah. When it comes to the quality portion, though, I am very for, like, I think podcasting as a medium is geared towards when older people, when people are older in their life to start podcasts instead of earlier in their career. Now, again, like I said, the last time I said this, very hypocritical coming from me. But I will say, if I had to do things over again, I do believe on what I say. I feel like podcasting would have been completely different if, in my years of being 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, I did learn more about basketball instead of saying the dumb shit I was saying back in the day. And then I came on and started a podcast, 27, 28, much more experience, maybe much more articulate with the way I say things and things of that nature. And now the quality of the podcast is much higher than what it could have been. An example I'd probably bring up is, like, let's just say, because A&P was trying to do a podcast, right? They was teasing that they even had a whole channel. But I'm thinking about it, it's like, for them, I feel like a podcast for them would be so much more interesting if they spent their time right now in their 20s to go crazy the way they're going crazy right now, maximize that time span. And then when they start that podcast, when they are in their 30s, when, they literally can't be doing the crazy shit that they're doing right now, to sit down and recollect those moments and talk about those moments that they had back in the day. Similar to what Gilbert Arenas is doing right now. Like, I don't know, that I feel like in your 20s, your main thing should just be focusing on the moment and creating the moments instead of talking about the moments, if that makes sense.
Well, just a little piggyback on what you said. Duke is already in his 30s, so I don't know how much time he has really to wait. But
let me say this. I think that's why Duke Dennis is a much better storyteller than the other members of A&P, just due to sheer life experience. The athlete, the in trouble kid, the military, the grind in 2K, the amount of women he's had to interact with, the amount of men that he's had to interact with in these different situations. the sheer experience that he has, and now he's gaining the experience of being on the celebrity side of things. The sheer experience that he does have by being an older person, just living life, is going to trump somebody who is, I don't know, like let's just say there was a 17-year-old in AMP. Yeah, that 17-year-old may be lit, but that person can't even drink yet. But just got their driver's license yet. So the perspective that they're gonna have, like in that whole streaming and 9 to 5 conversation, I recorded a video about it. Like, it's cool to hear Kai's perspective on streaming and 9 to 5, but what's the job that Kai's worked? Respectfully, what's the job that Davis has worked? Six Flags for 2 days. But when we talk about Duke, who is older, who has worked jobs, who has been in the military, who has actually worked it, I want to hear that perspective. So for Angel Reese, yeah, you can get off the things that you want to get off from your college days. And really, if we talk about it, it's really LSU on. People did not want to hear about it in Maryland. You have a story from Maryland, but it's going to be very short-lived. People are going to want to hear about the LSU days. But then after that, your first year in Chicago, and then and who really suffers from that is Trae Young and those male basketball players, because you spent 1 year at Oklahoma, and then you got into the league, and you in year 2, 3. Well, what's your story?
He came in at 18. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
What the fuck is your story?
I mean, his story could have happened. His story could have happened yesterday. He can have another chapter. He's still writing the book. I mean, it's difficult.
It's a money farm. It's a money farm. It's a money farm.
You can say it's a money farm, but people, especially people backing it, the people putting money behind, definitely think it's a money farm. They think they're gonna really reap the benefits of it. But I mean, for a guy like Trae Young, a guy like Duncan Robinson, a guy like Matters Buzelis, or whatever young guy or younger players, Angel Reese, who are trying to do their podcast, it's essentially telling the story while you're writing the book. Unorthodox as hell. It's a unique way to tell a story. A lot of these people are telling a story after the book is over, and now they're writing 2 different other books, and they're telling you about the first book. You got these people that are telling you about their story while they're writing it. I think that's dope. I think it provides a unique perspective, because it gives us that satisfaction that a lot of people that are into social media have now, where there's so much happening every day. It's new insight for what's going on today. So if something does happen crazy with Trae Young gets traded, then they got a podcast where he can go and let it out about Atlanta. Something happens with Angel Reese, whether she beats Caitlin Clark in the playoffs or whatever it is.
I gotta disagree.
She has the opportunity to talk about it right there on her platform, on her podcast, whenever.
The pushback that I gotta give to that, and this will be the last thing I gotta say, because this is what Draymond was talking about. It's the fact that you're still building those relationships. Once you get to a certain point and you have even the brain power to build different perspective and be free thinking and say what you want to say, that's perfectly fine. But a lot of players talk about this often. I can't just come out and say what I really felt like during my Hawks tenure, because Trae Young doesn't know if he's going to need a job in 8-9 years, and he might need to circle back around to the Hawks. How many people have we seen as players rotate from the same couple of teams over and over again? It's because they built those relationships so they know they can always have room at the table. But if Trae Young gets hurt, or even I listened to Isaiah Thomas on the Knuckleheads, the Boston Celtics Isaiah Thomas. He can't lash out on the Celtics right now, because guess what? He's trying to get a fucking job, and people look at that stuff. But when you don't care, and this is what Draymond was saying, when you're established, you got 4 rings into the league, and you don't give a fuck. People are going to be begging for you to be on their team or not. He can come on there and say what the hell he want to say. He can talk shit about Rudy. He could talk shit about what the Wizards is doing. He could talk all that shit, and don't nobody care. Because guess what? I know we might not like him as a player. A lot of people would like to have Draymond on their team, even as just a end of the bench locker room guy.
I think the biggest example is Paul George, when he was talking about his time with the Clippers. And Paul, what really happened in the season?
Come on.
It was ball movement. Our hustle guys weren't there.
We had hustle guys, and then I'm not saying it's James' fault, but then there was a trade. Not saying it was James' fault. Like, all right,
James.
I get it.
Not saying it was James' fault though. Nah, I'm starting to think, and because even in that clip, I don't think there was necessarily a guest there. I know this is like a how the hell did you get here moment, but I'm starting to think that like scheduled guests are like a bad thing for these NBA podcasts, because when we're talking about the things we like, or the ways that an NBA players podcast could succeed, in the sense of, hey, update on current moments, talk about things that are going on recently if you're a younger player versus having nostalgics in high school that, yeah, sure, a certain audience will care about, certain ones don't. I think you hinder that ability to do that kind of content when you have, okay, in 3 weeks, we're going to have B-Pods on. So we're going to have to talk about B-Pods' story. And then he ain't got no story, as Omar was describing earlier. So now y'all are talking about high school again. And then the week 4, now we got to bring on SAR. So, like, I think unironically, and it sounds crazy because there's obvious positives to having different guests, let alone NBA player caliber guests on your podcast. But I'm starting to think that in terms of quality of podcast, that's actually more harmful than it is helpful.
Let me be clear. I am for her having her own platform. The conversations I am having is just, okay, cool. You can have your podcast. I'm for you having a voice. I do think that's fantastic that we live in an era that players have their own platforms, have their own voice, instead of us having to sit down and listen to what the fuck Stephen A has to think about these players and make these assumptions based off of what Stephen A said. However, if I'm just talking about the quality of it, quality is gonna be ass. That's just my main thing.
If she get on there real quick, if she get on there and say, I ain't gonna lie, Caitlyn a bitch, me.
So that is the only thing I will give her is like she's way more of an unapologetic person than Paul George.
Got the personality for it.
So if we're talking about the holding back factor, if there is one athlete right now that I feel like would not hold back, it would be Angel. So this is a part of her rollout. A message from the host at Angel Reese herself. This is what she had to say.
Hey y'all, so I'm super excited to be announced to my podcast, Unapologetically Angel. I'm looking forward to this so much. Y'all gonna see y'all favorite celebrities, actors, artists, anybody that y'all want to see. We're gonna be spilling the tea from our voice, our narrative, our perspective. Before the blogs, but y'all think y'all clocking tea, y'all not clocking no tea because we gonna spill the tea on our real lives, period. Make sure y'all follow on all my social media platforms, Unapologetically Show on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that. Make sure y'all follow to stay up to date. Every Thursday we drop it. We drop a tea. We drop a tea every Thursday. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm super excited. Let me know what y'all want to see, the questions y'all got from my perspective, from my voice. Unapologetically Angel.
Well,
Sage, let me ask you this, Sage. From where you are and where you're sitting and your friends and stuff like that, is she the baddest woman to ever come out of Maryland?
What the fuck?
That's a serious question. That's a real question.
I'd probably. I mean, Angel look good, but I would probably say that they got a couple of things in the Nukes of Baltimore. They got a couple of Rose Bar merchants that are probably cool too. And shout out
from the DMV or am I tripping?
PG County, yeah, I think
Kentucky. She's from Kentucky, ain't it?
No. I know people are saying there's a lot of Ruby Rose builds in.
What you would have did? Because Angel's 6'3". What you would have did if she pulled up on you and said, "I'm trying to bring you home too." What you would have did though?
Nah, I can't do Baltimoreans for that alone, bro. I'm not even trolling. I can't do it. I can't do the fuck it is. I can't do the twos. I'm not even trolling. The Baltimore accents, like, it's a miss for me. Some motherfuckers let it in. It's a miss for me. It throws me left every time. Okay, let me get a number 2, extra sweet and sour. Yeah, GG's. I'm gone, bro.
Okay, brother. Ultimately, to be so to that thing, I hear what she's saying. She won't even say who she's dating on the internet. So unapologetic, I'll wait for it.
Well, it ain't Torrey Craig. That's what I found out this week.
Hey, listen, let's get into the hot take of the week, man. Let's get into it.
All right, man. Hot take of the week. Omar, start us off.
Listen, I came up here to apologize. What? There is one biggest hot take of the week, and let's keep it a buck history. And I personally delivered it, and I was wrong. Meg Thee Stallion is indeed a freak. I was wrong when I said that.
What?
You know, whoa. Let me finish. 6.4 million views later, I am wrong when I say that. My hot take of the week. Meg Thee Stallion has the worst taste in men in the entire industry.
What the fuck?
Now, hold on.
Talk about the track record.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let me cook. Now, shout out to Columbia's finest, Tory Craig, but Tory Craig? Tory Craig? And I know you thought it rhymed with your name. Tory Craig and Meg. No, that's corny. Second of all, I would think that you would stay far away from the name of the person who shot you in the foot. That's just me. That's just me.
She got a type.
This nigga bored.
That's what it's. But between Tory Craig, who can't get no minutes nowhere, maybe in Pancos, Greece, Tory Lanez, who can get minutes at the Jail Time Talent Show, apparently DaBaby, who can't get no minutes even at the Jail Time Talent Show, Ben Simmons, who I don't know what's wrong with that nigga.
Can't get no minutes.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
He don't want the minutes.
The only positive name that you may have on your jacket, Meg, is Moneybag Yo. But that doesn't negate the fact that we saw you on footage with G-Eazy licking your face. Meg Thee Stallion has the worst track record in the game. She has
what about Party? Was Party a W?
Party is so below the goddamn line. Like he wasn't even worth naming.
Party was so ass. It's crazy.
It wasn't even worth naming that nigga. I would even say you can't even give her Moneybag Yo because she was with Moneybag Yo before he had the surgery. So I can't even. He was still looking like a gremlin. I ain't gonna hold you.
Power scaling niggas right now? What are we doing?
No, not power scaling niggas. We're just telling the truth about the niggas she picks for some reason.
The worst taste. It's she has a. And let me say this too. Let me follow that up. I know people were like devastated. How could Meg do this? What did she see him? What da 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 da? Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Losers see the greatest things in other losers.
Facts.
So if you asking on the timeline about how this woman, how DDG is such a loser, how did Halle end up with him? She deserves better. If you view DDG as a loser, Halle is a loser. That's the simplest thing. So however you view Tory Craig is how you view Meg. Tory Craig and Meg.
Well, if that's the case, man, Dame, if you fumble Glorilla.
Oh my
God. Give me head top. Yeah.
Now that's why I'm drawing my line. Big Glow ain't no loser. I
don't think Glow is a loser. I'm just saying, if losers go to losers and Dame lost Glow, and we already know how we feel about Dame, sound like a match made in heaven. That's all I'm saying.
Big Glow.
Damo, he's spitting, right? Damo, and I'm gonna say this too.
If not Demar.
I lost all attractiveness for Coily Ray. She went back to a nigga that looked like her cousin. Hell no. I'm done with it. We done with the 90s.
She been with him before, so how was you attracted all these years and now you lost it?
Stage, I thought she looked in the mirror and was like, ugh. We look like brothers and sisters doing nasty things. I thought she grew up out of that. She was a kid, you young. She went back to this nigga. Oh, you really love him.
Well, I hope she don't, because that music gonna be fire if she break his heart. I'm still praying on the downfall of that relationship. But
we done with skinny girls. I'm on Sage Timing. My bad. Go ahead.
Sage Timing.
Go ahead.
Nah, Sage can't say that because he still mess with Ice Spice.
Y'all said Ice Spice skinny. Y'all said Ice Spice skinny now. Can't have it both ways.
Yep. But I'm saying you still banging with Ice Spice, so you do like skinny now. So you've opened up. Unless you don't. So you don't like Ice Spice?
No, that's the greatest. That's the greatest rapper of all time. I've already told you guys. Is there an attraction to Ice Spice? Of course, but is that the reason why I put her on my glorious queen pedestal? Not necessarily, because at the end of the day, that's the greatest lyricist I've heard in my life.
Of course.
I just want to double back. I just want to double back to Omar's hot take.
Hey.
Yeah, I ain't let that slide.
This is sick. This is sick.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to double back. I just want to double back to his hot take because even from the beginning, she had terrible taste in men. Did y'all see that clip of the dude that was, I was with her before the fame? What kind of lame ass? Like, she's been picking lame dudes for a minute. I haven't heard one dude pop out the wazoo. Yeah, I was with Glow before she was Glow. Never. Haven't seen one for Sexy Red. I don't know who the dude was that was saying he was with Lotto before she got big, because that'd be crazy. Y'all had to be kids together. But literally, only one for Meg Thee Stallion. Kind of lame energy. She attracts it.
That must have been the same dude that said he was friends with Kobe back in the day.
How you not gonna get a job? How you not gonna change my life? We friends.
I knew she was lame when she openly admitted to liking anime. I know that sounds crazy.
Here you go.
What the hell?
Here you go. Here you go.
What the hell?
Listen. Let me say. Let me
But
finish.
apparently, you're not lame because you like
Hold on.
animes.
No. Listen. That's for the niggas, bro. Women can't like anime. That shit weird. Okay, we dumb. We
boo this man.
Now you lost me. I'm off the boat. Not gonna
Also, I seen Meg in person. I ain't tolerating no slander.
Okay.
Freaky, yeah. Hey,
That's a nice face in person too.
You get a lot of Sage. You get a lot of minutes. You get minutes on YouTube. She wouldn't fuck with you. She like no minute having ass niggas. Like,
oh wow. Okay. Well.
All right. Let me go ahead and read super chats real quick. This is from Mike Guy. $10 super chat. Super chat. Appreciate it.
Super chat.
Like I said, trying to appeal to Meg. I feel it.
Hey, I'm Mike. Right at the
Super
tail end
chat
of
to
the
no jutsu head ass. Come on, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Meg, don't let them gaslight what we got going on, man.
I feel it. Truth Teller for $5. Appreciate you. Tory Craig not even on Prize Picks.
That's insane.
That's
insane.
Now we're hating, bro.
No, this nigga. Hey,
I wish you had an ad read.
If you hop on 2K right now and pull up Tory Craig's face, they don't even have a picture for him, man. It's just a generic scan.
Y'all wrong, bro.
Bro, leave Tory Craig alone, man. Leave Tory Craig alone.
Who's the better kiss?
God. $50 from Butterman.
Big Butterman back.
Just passing by. One hot take: the ones with real ball knowledge on the pod is Sage and Omar. Souls and Damo have disappointed me. Oh, brother. Not saying Russ had the most turnovers was insane, man. Number 2, 09 LeBron is better than 12-13 LeBron. 09 LeBron if he had 2012 D Wade. GG's. Wow, that's okay.
Okay, well, calling out ball knowledge and having 2 and 3 is kind of crazy, but I will say this. I am disappointed in y'all, man. Not that I would have been there in one, but there was some of them. I was shocked, bro. I think y'all overthink things, bro. And the Bynum one, that was the only deep cut I would have had. The Russ turnover one.
The Russ one, that's fine.
The Cavs draft pick.
Yeah, I'll take that one. I'll take that one to the chin.
Cavs draft pick, absolutely.
Nigga, you're done with the 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s. How are you gonna say you're disappointed?
Nigga, because I am done with them. So logically, LeBron James, Anthony Bennett, Andrew Wiggins, and some other motherfucker that I can't remember, I would have guessed them. Yes, because I'm done with the 90s. I unironically would have guessed Cleveland. And then the one niche one that I knew, bro.
That was Damo shot, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
You the truth. And then the one, the bottom one was like the one that I don't know why the fuck. I just remember some bullshit like that. But outside of those, the rest of them, yeah, nah, we would have got cooked.
They would have cut it down from 50 to 40, Damo.
Yeah, man, crazy.
No, yeah, it would have been a custody lead. The 20 we still lose, absolutely. But yeah.
I'm not like disappointed in the outcome because it's what I expected. I don't know if y'all noticed this, and it's gonna be dick suck. B Souls is awful at trivia.
I am.
Low key.
I am awful at trivia, bro.
Low key. I'm not a good.
I didn't know what the activity was. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just seen a tweet from Low. Let's keep it a buck versus PC. Oh, okay. Pull up. First up, we got Mars and Chilltown. Oh my God!
They did.
I'm not gonna lie. They did not tell us nothing. They didn't give us no preps. No. Low asked me what day was I free. I didn't even know what I was free for. I didn't even know who was all involved. He said, "Yo, let me know more." I didn't know Chilltown was involved in this. I didn't know Chilltown was the 3-week back-to-back Legend of Winning Trivia champ. What the hell?
Yeah.
I didn't know ball.
Not only did they hold you because apparently this is something that's been going on, but then but then looking at it, they had young nigga Mars and old nigga Chill on the same squad. That's fucked up. That is a super duper team for no reason. So you got the nigga that we done with the 90s shit. I'm from the 90s. And then you got the nigga that's been like keeping up with the shit today. That is awful.
Genuinely, they was asking questions. who was the most improved player in 87? This nigga Chilltown.
What?
Shit. I ain't gonna lie. I was
I
a high
was
school
there.
senior. I was in the building when he got the award. Wait, was that 87? Here go Mars. No. You're thinking 86, Chill. 86 is when Terry Cummings won it. 87 was Mark Jacobson. You're right, Madman Mark. Me and Souls. Who? Madman. Dirk got traded? I'm still on that. Like, that was crazy.
Damo, who from PC would y'all have beat though?
We would have smoked Ox and Ron. Like, if that was the duo,
wow.
we would have smoked them. We would have smoked Ox and Ron.
Wow.
In trivia,
In
Ox
the
and
game of
Ron-
trivia.
Dubbed. Ironically, Dub and whoever else they want to. Honestly, anybody else from PC could get the smoke in trivia. That is not the two encyclopedias of basketball. Any nigga that can name every NBA champion from now to 56, I don't want to go against trivia. Why
Now
would
that's
I?
crazy. All of them is wild.
No,
Now what
do
are
that?
next question is, what are some combos of content creators that would have beat Chilltown and Mars? Because that was a discussion. Someone brought I think Lo brought up Kenny and someone else. I don't know. Someone brought up Kenny and Rusty in my chat, I think.
It depends on like what kind of categories, because obviously if they're
Same thing. Same
What were
game,
they?
same questions, whatever.
Coach Nick from B-Ball Breakdown.
Absolutely.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Kenny, you probably do Kenny. Coach Nick and Kenny.
No Glaze.
Coach Nick and Kenny. That's probably the most
Coach
fair
Kenny.
matchup.
That's actually the answer. Yeah. Coach Kenny.
Coach
Kenny
Nick probably is the only content creator on the internet around the age of Chilltown, because I know Chilltown's older, that can actually compete, because that whole, this is James Naismith's first book of basketball in 36. Like, what?
No, that shit, that nigga pulled the book. That nigga cooked us.
And it was just right here. It's just, I got the book right.
Nigga had the index cards in the pages.
He invented 3-man weave right here. Like, what?
Nah, I ain't see that. That's wild.
I feel like sleeper answer for this, like Click.
Click
knows a lot of like
Click
trivia
knows
shit.
weird shit. Like when was Frank Ntilikina's third game? What arena did he play in? Oh, easy, Barclays. What? Come on, dog. So yeah, I mean, you got a shot. I'd probably still say if I had to make a team to beat them, no, it's probably Coach Nick Kenny.
Shout out to Butterman for another $10. Appreciate you. Coach and thinking basketball, smoking everyone.
Coach who? Nick?
Coach Nick, yeah, Coach Nick.
Okay.
Okay, you about to do the other hot takes?
Yeah, man. Next hot take. I'll go next, man. I'll go next.
Wait, how you know I wasn't I'm leaving y'all. I'm not staying. I'm tired. I came to deliver the heat and get out the kitchen.
Okay. All right, you're leaving. All right, peace out, man. We'll see you when we see you. Appreciate you, man.
Okay, Shadow Block. See you later, good. Oh, man, he's gone. See you later, my boy. Be easy.
Another $50 super chat from I need you to stop. I need you to not stop. Pause. Once that Robert Tractor trade, it was Robert Tractor Trailer.
I don't even
That's
know
who
what
Dirk. That's who Dirk got traded for, man.
I wouldn't have got that. No shot.
Once that Robert Tractor Trailer question came up, I knew y'all was cooked. Yeah, nah, that was crazy.
Oh, man, that's when I knew I was in for a long fucking game. Dirk got traded on draft. Like, I'm still not over that.
I need you to not stop was so gay, dog. I'm not gonna lie.
The pause was needed.
Pause definitely was needed. All right, man. Let's continue with hot takes while we're here. Hot take of the week. And possibly last basketball topic for this podcast, man. Yeah, listen, we done with the 80s. We done with the 90s. I told y'all we are going to continue with this because that's what y'all started. And I'm going to continue this cycle of hate, this cycle of pain. I am done with the early 2010s. I just spit all over the fucking lens. I am done with the early 2010s. All right? I know we don't want to talk about it because it's in the modern era. Okay, even in the context of everything we're talking about right now, everything post 2000s is just good modern basketball and everything is advanced and everything is good, man. But I'm not going to lie. We talked about it 2 pods ago, but y'all didn't really want to go for it. Let's go for it right now, man. That era was weak as fuck, man.
Watch your mouth.
We're gonna do this.
Listen. I get it. It's our childhood, bro.
No, bro.
It's our childhood, bro. We were in elementary school. We were in middle school during this time. This is what we grew up on, man. This is my era of basketball. I feel it. But if we really look back, especially at the top end talent of that league, we don't talk about it enough, man. A lot of the elites were either too old. I'm talking about KG, the Dirks, the Kobe's of the world. They were either too young, the Steph Currys, the James Hardens, the Russell Westbrooks, just weren't ready yet. KD was, so I'll give you KD. And then the guys that were supposed to take over that 5-year time span, it was supposed to be Bron. It was supposed to be D-Wade, but he got injured. It was supposed to be Dwight, but he got injured. It was supposed to be Carmelo, but I just don't think he was good enough, especially for this conversation that we're having right now, the scope of this conversation right now. And I feel like Kobe was still supposed to dominate, but if you look at his numbers post-2010, he had some of his most efficient years post-2010, and then again after 2013, his Achilles just ruptured, so can't really do anything there, man. But yeah, man, early 2010s, we done with it, man. We done with it.
Bezos, do me a big favor. Take both of your eyes, take them out of your face, turn them around, put them on your mouth so you can watch your lips and watch what you're saying. Speaking about good basketball, literally what you just said is the same complaint people have about the NBA now. Ironic, I think not. Man, full circle. The same. The guys that are great at the top end, they're either too old from yesteryear or they're too young to really say or making an imp. That's the same argument, and I would say you're wrong. Yes, it is.
Jokic, Giannis, Luka.
Ain't he the same one talking about, yo, what are the Olympic teams gonna do when Curry and LeBron and KD
are gone?
We're talking about American talent versus the NBA. The NBA is the whole world.
Well,
and and I'm also the same one that said, bro, the top 10 now, the gap between 10 and 1, this is the closest it's ever been. So baloney.
But back then, the top three guys that you would name back then are I won't say comparable, but it's still high end talent like it is now. Like you said, Jokic, Giannis, Embiid. Who else? Luka's still one of the younger guys who's ascending. That's the Kevin Durant from back then. But back then, the guys that were supposed to be there was who? LeBron. Wade got hurt. Melo put up good numbers. He just wasn't winning. Last time I checked, that nigga Embiid ain't winning. So what are we talking about? He's just putting up good numbers. Yes, he got MVP. It was a
okay, bro. If we're comparing Carmelo Anthony to what Joel Embiid is doing right now,
I'm just saying. Go ahead, Sage. Go ahead.
I'm not even going to necessarily go that route because I think one, he's trying to be slick. Comment section, current chat, Damo, Omar, if you lurking, Bezos. He's being coy. He's being slick. First of all, the idea that you could cut the 2010s in half to get your shit off is crazy. Second of all,
what?
Yes, it's very crazy.
Bro, you're the one that literally celebrated 2K for having a Curry era in 2K25.
Hold on. I'm just talking about in terms of these kind of things. But I'm saying to say, oh yeah, specifically the early 2010s is worse than the entirety of the 2000s. It's almost like you have a greater sample size of ascending talent and declining talent versus specifically a 5-window span where, granted, maybe 1 or 2 more names may rise, but certainly 5 or 6 are going to fall in a 5-year span. That's one. Two, even if we were to expand the things, this is something that you're literally a part of the problem that's going to continue for time and time and time. For example, let's go to the latter half of the 2010s. Someone could argue that's the most Mickey bullshit era of basketball history. And when you really think about it, when you dumb it down to, hey, in 2015, the Cavs were hurt. 2016, the Warriors were hurt and got suspended. 2017 and 18, oh well, shit me, Kevin Durant is a goddamn Warrior. 2019, oh shit me, the Warriors themselves got hurt. You can make an easy argument that is the most what the fuck are we doing ass era of basketball possible. So the idea that like we're looking at the early 2010s and we're talking about it from like player 1 to 10, which itself it's a debate, but whether we dive into that is up to you. And the idea that like the quality of basketball is something we should be done with, when in the 2015 into 2019 we were literally talking about as an era where basketball was depressing. Are we forgetting those things? Are we getting nostalgic for that?
Listen, I understand you. First of all, you brought up comparing a whole decade to just a 5-year time span. It's funny you brought that up because I actually wanted to bring up the point that this is still standing with the fact that if we look at the last eras in 5-year increments, I would still believe this. And shout out to Cruz because he actually put together just a rough top 10 list from all of these eras that we're talking about, and we'll examine.
Yeah,
we will look at it together because ultimately my point is not necessarily even saying that this is the weakest ever. It's just one of the weakest, especially relative to era, and that we're ducking it because of the fact that it's just modern basketball. There's a lot of bad basketball being played at that time.
But you've said you're done with every other era ever, so you think only the current iteration of basketball is good?
Listen, it's a hyperbolic statement, but ultimately what I'm no. Ultimately what I'm saying is bro, if we're talking about we're doing all these we dones because it's old school. What I'm saying is it's kind of a counter to that. Bro, even in modern basketball, there was shitty basketball being played where the talent pool in the league wasn't where it was supposed to be for modern basketball, and we're just ducking it because, it's post-2005, shit was HD, and it was our childhood, bro.
Not true. I disagree. You're wrong.
I definitely think you're wrong, and I definitely think this is a scapegoat argument because at this point, and maybe scapegoat's not the word, so let me take that back, but I think at this point, niggas are literally arguing that only the current era of basketball is good basketball. If you're done with the early 2010s, I don't know how the fuck that you're not done with the latter half of the 2010s, especially given how results were skewed so drastically, and let alone the things that were said about that era of basketball in that era, let alone going further back in NBA history. If the 2010s talent wasn't good for you, what the fuck was the 2000s talent for you? And if the 2000s talent weren't good for you, then by God, what was the 90s talent for you? Hell, we done with the 90s. It's a whole damn thing. So if we're going to keep hating on the prior generations, then at this point, the only generation of good basketball is what we have currently right now, which we've complained about offensive inflation being a crazy thing. But I guess now a character like Donovan Mitchell, if we were to look at the numbers, solos, fuck it, go in the deep end with it. Kobe Bryant and shit. Look, go at the efficiencies, go at the numbers, go at the 3-point percentage, shot selection, whatever case may be. At this fucking point, why do we have players that were from former eras in these top 10s? If we're going to have these takes, let's stand on the business when we have these all-time conversations. I don't want to hear Tim Duncan. I don't want to hear Kobe Bryant. I don't want to hear Magic Johnson. I don't want to hear Michael Jordan. I don't want all of these relative to era shits anymore. If we should be done with this current, all the former eras of basketball, fine. Luka's the GOAT. Jokic is 2. Go ahead and put Giannis up there. Go ahead and put Embiid up there, which, side note, in 2030, they're going to talk about how a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo was able to capture a championship. Mind you, he can't shoot the 3 ball, but we'll wait on that. But go ahead and put fucking Wemby in the 15 at that fucking point. If we're done with all these former eras, stand on business.
All I'm saying is when I just look at that 5-year stretch, bro, compared to like other 5-year stretches, and Cardiac said in chat, the only player peaking in those 5 years, like at the peak of their powers, was LeBron. That's it. KD wasn't at the peak of his powers. Yes, he was in his prime. He's probably to the exception to all of this because he was 30 points out the gate like by year 3. But he wasn't at the peak of his powers. Kobe wasn't at the peak of his powers. Dirk, Tim Duncan, KG, and again, the young dudes, the Currys, the Hardens. I'm missing a bunch of names right now. The Russell Westbrooks, the Kawhi Leonards. They weren't at the peak of their powers.
I was just lying.
They were peaking in the early 2010s?
No. I'm not saying those guys were peaking, but there were other guys who did peak in the early 2010s. They were just ignoring for the sake of saying, well, they're just not these guys. So, I mean,
okay. So again,
Carmelo.
Name.
Carmelo.
Okay, keep going.
Carmelo peaked. I would say Dwight Howard ended up peaking. In the early 2010s he peaked.
Early 2010s definitely.
Jakim Noah. Derrick Rose, well, you say because of injury for Derrick Rose. Blake Griffin, I give you 2019. Chris Paul, when did Chris Paul peak?
Chris Paul probably peaked
early 2010s.
I wouldn't argue.
I'd say 2010s.
Yeah, early 2010s. Kevin Love, when did he peak? Early 2010s.
But
right?
even Dwight, okay, so he had 09, 2010, 2011. He had 09, which isn't a part of that decade. 2010. Where did we start? 2011? 2011, right?
2010.
2011.
That's the start of the decade.
Yeah, 2010, 11 or 9-10?
2010, 11.
All right.
So 10, 11, but
all right. So Dwight was peak Dwight at 10 and 11. Dwight was peak Dwight at 11, 12. The last 3 years of that 5-year time span, he was not the same dude. Same thing
He
with
still
Kobe.
peaked in the early 2010s. So what are we talking? It was still the early 2010s when he peaked.
He still peaked for at least 2, if not 3 years.
And we didn't even count an actual year that would have been considered 2010 because the 1920 season is considered the 2020s. That's the 20 season. That's the 20 season. So the 09-2010 season is 2010s. So that's another year of Dwight. That's 3 years of what? 5-year sample size where he was peak. But we just said F it and gave you 10, 11. We didn't really count it, but that would still be 2 out of 2, I would say. Still peaked in the early 2010s.
Let me get this straight. I am not saying there weren't great players that peak at that time, but the conversation is compared to other eras. So I'll just name the top 10 in the late 2010s. All right. So we're looking at LeBron, Russ, Giannis, Steph, KD, Harden, Kawhi, Dame, Jimmy, AD. Would we say that era is more talented than the early 2010s by a considerable margin?
I gotta.
You would have to, even though.
I'll say the names for the early 2010s to set the baseline. So we got LeBron, KD, Dwight, and again, think of what they did in this 5-year time span as a whole: LeBron, KD, Dwight, Chris Paul, Blake, Kobe, D Wade, Russ, Carmelo Anthony, and then like LaMarcus Aldridge.
I'm gonna make sure that's actually my list, but so far I'm not hearing the drastic drop unless we're gonna have guys like Jimmy Butler.
Why instead of to the late 2000s, that 5-year period of 2000 to 2005 to 2010? What about that 5-year increment?
You muted yourself, or
hello?
Something happened. All right, go ahead, say that again.
Hello, am I here?
Yeah, you back.
Yeah, you back.
Oh, okay, cool. Why wouldn't you compare the early 2010s? So that 5-year increment of 10 to 15, why wouldn't you compare that to 2005 to 2010? That back half of the 2000s.
I'm about to bring it up. We literally got a list for the last 5-year increments. So late 2000s, Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, LeBron, Dirk, Melo would still be in that conversation. Dwight, Steve Nash, D Wade, Kevin Garnett, Yao Ming. That'd be the late 2000s.
Give me the early 2010s.
I'm definitely taking 2010s. And then when I'm looking at these things right now for the 2010s, hey, man, I get it. We're in the current era. We have a younger Chet, all these other things. But when I'm looking at KD in 2010 even was averaging 27. Bron was LeBron James. Don't need to speak on that. Dwayne Wade was Dwayne Wade, especially early 2010s before knee Wade was official. My God. Kobe Bryant, pretty much the same sentiment. Carmelo Anthony, I know he didn't win rings, yada yada yada, but we're talking about players in the 2020s, in the early in the latter half of the 2015s that didn't end up winning championships. So I definitely think Melo's name has merit. Derrick Rose, we want to do the injury thing, fine, sure, whatever. Dirk Nowitzki, Dwight Howard, Russell Westbrook, granted earlier in his career, Chris Paul, Big Doe, never the little one, and what remains of Steve Nash. Fair enough. I definitely
Chris Paul would be in the late 2000s as well. This is a rough list.
Well, you asked me about how Chris Paul was in 2010 to 15.
For the late 2000s, he would be on that list. I forgot to mention him.
I mean, yeah, if I had to say where Chris Paul peaked, it's debatable, but I would lean towards early 2000s, absolutely. But in terms of where how good was 2010's Chris Paul, I wouldn't say that. Put it this way, you could argue his best season ever was in the early 2000s, but I don't think that this is like, yeah, because he fell off in the early 2010s. Like,
no. I'm just saying I forgot to mention him for the late 2000s, like his names of elite players during that time span. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking early 2010s over that. Mind you, I think we're downplaying our own age here. I'm pretty sure we'd be more nostalgic for like NBA Live 07 and shit, unless I'm tripping. And then for things like compared to the 2015s, again, if we want to argue all of the elite stomp, or if we're trying to argue that Jimmy Butler clears fucking Dwight Howard or Dirk or Chris Paul, I guess, but I definitely think those names hold up. Again, I don't see this crazy 10-1 gap that people are trying to push. I get that as time goes on, sure, the 15th man is better than the 15th man, but I think the top 10s for the most part pretty much line up. There's certain specific years that, yeah, it's definitely like, oh, okay, well, down year, it happens. But I definitely don't think that like the gap between who would we say is 10 right now? A character like AD, a player like Book or some shit. I don't think that drop off is anything like what would be like a 10th guy on 2010. just to put in perspective. I know we keep saying Dwight's name a lot, but like, yeah, I don't think the gap between like Dwight and like KD is as bad as the gap like fucking Giannis and AD right now or some shit like that. Like I don't see that argument either. I think 2K overall has done got people fucked up. And I thought when I seen your tweet, I thought you was gonna go the route of player fandom has really fucked up 2K ratings. I was about to be all on your side because yeah, they hand out 97s like goddamn crack now. But no, you went the 2010s route.
Do y'all want to hear the other top 10s from the other eras, or nah? They're not gonna really change anything.
I mean, I'm willing to listen to it. I'm say right now, we done with the 90s.
All right. So late 2000s, I already read off. Early 2000s, we're looking at Kobe, Shaq, KG, AI, Tim Duncan, Jason Kidd, Dirk Nowitzki, T-Mac, Steve Nash, Chris Webber, Vince Carter. I definitely think that era clears.
Yeah, I would take early 2000s.
Yeah, I'm misconstruing the numbers. Yeah, there, got it.
Late 90s, we're looking at Karl Malone, MJ, Shaq, John Stockton, Hakeem, Charles Barkley, David Robinson, Allen Iverson, Grant Hill, Gary Payton. Yeah,
late 90s.
GP.
How good was GP at that point?
Scotty was late 90s. Scotty. If you want to put Scotty in there, Scotty.
Yes,
I'll just throw out that name.
He was still getting MVP votes, average 21 a night.
Early 90s. Oh, my bad.
Go on, keep going. I'm not gonna hold you.
Early 90s, Hakeem, MJ, David Robinson, Shaq, Chuck, Stockton, Malone, Gary Payton, Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, Scottie Pippen. And then late 80s, Clyde Drexler, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Hakeem again, Michael Jordan again, Charles Barkley, Isaiah Thomas, Patrick Ewing, Dominique Wilkins, and things of that nature.
Things of that nature. No.
Yeah, we're done with the 80s.
Okay.
I think everything that was read off, obviously some higher end names, some 5 to 6s maybe. I think that's a strong argument. Some 5 and 6s are better than other 5 and 6s. But I think at the end of the day, when we're talking about top 10 talents in the league, it's pretty consistent era to era. I think what's not a more rational take, but what's a more objectively consistent take is that 20 to 30s gap, or even that 15 to 20 gap has been shown through history as potentially getting wider depending era to era. But I think when we talk about top 10, especially top 5 players, you can definitely find those in any era that would stand to the test of time.
Man, so stop disrespecting the 2010s, man. Early 2010s. This is crazy levels of hate. He's hating so hard. He got producers and workers building cases for his hate for no reason. If you look at it, I understand. Nowadays, you can say, I mean, the 10th best guy now is better than the 10th best guy 10 years ago. You know what the 10th best guy 10 years ago was? Do you know who that was? I looked at the MVP standings for the 2013 to 2014 MVP race. You know who was 10th? Pesos? LaMarcus Aldridge. Put some respect on the names of the guys back then. Because how much better is Domantas Sabonis than LaMarcus Aldridge?
Pretty significant. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't think it's pretty significant. I mean, he can pass. He can pass. I give you Sabonis. He can pass. Scoring the basketball, LaMarcus Aldridge. Rebounding, LaMarcus Aldridge. I think. I might be yapping. I might be yapping. Defense, LaMarcus Aldridge. Stop playing. Sabonis is a cone. Stop.
What do you think LaMarcus Aldridge is? What the fuck?
Better than Sabonis.
Is he? They're about the same. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, not really. If you want to really look at it, Joakim Noah, Rudy Gobert. I mean, at least Joakim can pass.
He's trolling.
All I'm saying is, man, a era where the guys who did peak, we're looking at like fringe top 50 dudes, if not in there at all. Come on, bro. I feel it.
Does Jalen Brunson even cross the threshold of a top 50 player all time?
Are we just going to boost all the players that are nice right now because we can only wait until time to see?
No. Mind you, I brought up the top 10 because it actually helps that era in this discussion. If we talk about top 20, top 30, this era right now we're in is washing the early 2010s.
But
Washing.
It's crazy.
Washing.
This is
Washing
my,
is crazy.
This is my thing because again, at this moment in time, a name like Melo, a name like Darren Williams, a name like Gilbert Arenas or whatever, sure, we'll dunk on them poo-poo because we ended up finding out, oh yeah, they could score a lot of points but not win shit. But if like, let's say Ant never wins a championship, do you understand how we view Anthony Edwards right now would drastically change? If Ja Morant never wins a championship, Jalen Brunson never wins a championship, all of these viewpoints for these players that are young, we're going to give them time. They're going to change over time. Right now, everybody's on the SGA wave. But if SGA ends up being a perennial second round exit, we have like it's again mad unfair, and it's a clear like toxic thing that goes on in the community that niggas just bypass just to get their shit off. But reality is, Embiid still ain't fucking won yet, and we're gonna treat Embiid like he clears 90% of the niggas in the 2010s. Why? Because he puts the ball in the basket. The nigga don't even get healthy in the postseason. It's such a like. I don't want to call it corny, but it's definitely dishonest because
it's corny. It's corny.
Like,
say it. It's corny.
Are we gonna sit here and just play smart and just be like, yo, okay, he's better than this guy because look at the numbers. But if he ends up being a fucking loser for the entirety of his career, we're gonna view him entirely different than we do right now. It's kind of crazy.
Why? I don't know why you keep on bringing up Joel Embiid because
all right, if Luka,
him winning does not. Nah, he's still clearing Dwight Howard, bro.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna call out Luka Doncic. I vividly remember how this podcast specifically 2 years ago, last year, felt about Luka Doncic. After this NBA Finals where he goes out there, how did you feel about Luka specifically? Now, I not only ask you that, I then raise you. If Luka goes out here and never makes the Finals again, specifically because of the flaws that you mentioned on how you feel about his game right now, would we view Luka as this world-beating guy that, hey man, Luka or Kobe, or would we be like, actually, Luka's a fucking fraud? That's what I'm saying.
With the finals, I thought he underperformed to his standards, but I would still say right now, with the way Luka has been playing over the last 5 years, Luka is still playing at top 30 all-time standards. Yes.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But looking at the current NBA right now, there's no way that we're about to sit here and just say Jalen Brunson is just some all-world beater compared to a nigga like Darren Williams. I feel like realistically, if we're looking at right now in the moment, Jalen Brunson like he's on a trajectory to be so much better than Darren Williams. Absolutely. But if the next 3 years the Knicks are unhealthy, these niggas underperform, and this nigga go out there and lays a goose egg in a playoff series or two, we're gonna come back and be like, Darren Williams, Jalen Brunson, and it is looked at totally different. We're talking about the early 2010s and now. Like it's nasty. Like it's nasty to look now and be like, oh well, you know, LeBron was a 97 overall in 2K11. Dwight was an 88 and he was the 10th player. Bro, discrepancy in the era? No, 2K just sucks at giving out ratings. That's all that is. That's not indicative to what the league was. Because when I talk about Amari Stoudemire in 2011 and 2012, he is just as good as Domantas Sabonis is now. And Domantas Sabonis is a top 7 MVP candidate. And Domantas Sabonis is indicative to what type of players and the quality of players we have in the league today. A guy like Amari Stoudemire is just as good as him. He's early 2010.
I ain't gonna lie. I'd literally put my life savings that even if we're talking about the next 5 years, Jalen Brunson is going to have a way better career than what Darren Williams was doing in the early 2010s, if this is really what we're harping on.
I absolutely think Darren Williams wouldn't necessarily be the wrong name, but how about a character like Rajon Rondo? If Rondo, because Rondo would be flirting with around that 9 to even 13 range. Hell, we might be overrating Rajon Rondo. We really could go back and go see who was the best player in like 2010 or something. That's what we need to do. But what I'm saying is like, Rondo right now, Jalen Brunson right now. If we were to have that conversation, most people are going to go Jalen Brunson. Absolutely. However,
they don't care about defense.
Right. But over time,
Rondo is my dude.
No,
my God.
You don't care about defense and leadership, buddy. That's all that is.
What I'm saying.
And we're talking about Jalen Brunson, but I feel it.
Yes. Listen to what I'm saying, because I understand niggas is gonna think this is brain rot or some shit. Maybe it's the wrong messenger, but I swear to God, I am not making up bullshit right now. I'm saying in 10 years, Jalen Brunson goes out there, playoff stinker, loses, playoff stinker, misses the playoffs. At some point, niggas would be like, okay, he had a couple of nice seasons. Hell, he could put the ball in the basket. But if I'm trying to win a championship, I'm taking Rondo, if that's how his career plays out. Now, what's unfair to those eras is when you sit there and say, oh, but I bet my life that doesn't happen. Well, of course, why the fuck would we just make a bet saying Jalen Brunson is going to be a fucking loser right now? That don't even sound like it makes sense. That don't even sound fair. That's what I'm saying. But again, maybe it's the wrong person saying it. Maybe I need to dress like Low tomorrow so niggas will understand what the fuck
my
I'm talking about. But like reality is, bro, I'm telling you,
it's not a winning thing though, Sage. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm looking at what D Will did in the early 2010s. Jalen Brunson could legitimately be a second round exit for the next 3 years. He can even miss the playoff one of these years. As long as he maintains being a fucking 25 point per game scorer for the next 3 years, yes, he's better than D Will in the early 2010s.
You would wash him off the same way you wash off Carmelo Anthony in conversations at max. If he did,
you are just glossing over Carmelo like it's nothing.
Did exactly what you just said. You literally described Carmelo Anthony, maybe a bit better, maybe a bit worse, but you're washing him off. At that point, you would literally brush off the idea of Damo religiously bringing up Carmelo in this conversation. The same way you're kind of just like letting it one ear out the other. You would do the same thing to Jalen Brunson in 2030 if that's how his career played out.
In 2030, Jalen Brunson is probably going to be like the 15th, 14th best player in the next 5 years, even if that, while Melo for the early 2010s is a top 5 player you bring up. So I think, yes, that actually does say a lot.
You literally just
okay.
You literally just did not. All right, man, I guess.
Jason Tatum's name was brought up in top 5 conversations. And if you're going to me early 2010s, Melo don't got enough for Jason Tatum, I guess.
You don't. All right. Listen, man, next hot take. Damo, you can go next, man. Hot take of the week, man.
I got you. My hot take actually happens to be in topic chat. If you want to pull that up so chat can see that, it's in YouTube. It's in the Let's Keep It a Bucks topics. Is the last thing you sent in there. Friend of the show, friend of the pod, T.I. recently dropped his top 50 rappers of all time list. Absolutely. And it got me thinking, because I'm starting to feel like, one, it's not just a rapper thing, it's a Atlanta rapper thing specifically now. I'm looking at this list, chat, y'all can look at it. Co-host, I want y'all to look at it. I'm gonna call out a couple names for the people on audio, but I want y'all to notice. I'm gonna ask y'all, what is the glaring issue? Where's the polar bear in Miami in this list? But I'm just gonna go through the top 10 and I'm gonna give a couple random rankings. So this is 50 people. I'm not doing all of them. 1, Tupac. 2, Jay-Z. 3, Biggie. 4, Snoop Dogg. 5, Kanye. 6, Drake. 7, Eminem. 8, Nas. 9, DMX. 10, Lil Wayne. And he has himself 11. So he put himself right outside the top 10, right below Lil Wayne, right above Ice Cube. That's Ice Cube's pretty high, but I'm not 40. I'm not 40. Some fun ones. He has Lauryn Hill at 15, LL Cool J at 16. He has Kendrick 18, Cameron 19, Jadakiss 20. One of my favorite ones, Too Short at 24. I'm only 27. Man, Too Short is before my time. He has, surprisingly, Future at 32, Big Boy at 33, and J. Cole at 34. And ladies and gentlemen, I know I didn't give y'all a chance to tell me y'all polar bear. I think y'all can tell where I'm going with my hot take. My polar bear in Miami. In what world, Mr. Tip Harris, is Future and Big Boy right above a Jermaine Cole? Jermaine at 33. You put Kendrick at 18. Jermaine Cole. You got, I don't want to disrespect the dead. You got Scarface above Jermaine Cole, old man.
So
Master P.
Which is fair.
Master P. Above Jermaine. Rick Ross. Bezos, he's 50. Bezos, come on, man.
This is an all-time list, man. This is let me joke. Keep
he got Meek Mill at 43. Meek Mill 43. And Nipsey Hussle 48. He just doing it for the clicks. He just doing it for the clicks and views, man. Nipsey Hussle ain't on this damn list. My hot take is this. Not all these Atlanta people in general, content creators, podcasters, strippers, rappers, comedians, get the mics out of Atlanta. Get the mics out of Atlanta. God. It's done. All right, y'all completed y'all goal. Y'all made it a new mega city on the East Coast and the South. That's fine. They need to go somewhere else. Let's go hype up a different city, people. Collectively, let's just get out of Atlanta. Let's just
Say,
get
say
out
there
of
wasn't even a
Atlanta.
mic. There wasn't even a mic. It's pen and paper. Get the mics out of Atlanta. It's literally the most old school list, a handwritten list. And he talking about, man, get the SM7Bs out of Atlanta.
Get the mics out of Atlanta, man. Get the mics and cameras out of Atlanta, man. That's my hot take. Hot take of the week. Get the mics, cameras, get them all out of Atlanta. Go somewhere else. Find a new city to turn up, man. We have peaked at what we can get out of Atlanta, because now these niggas are starting to get nasty. You're starting to give them too much ego and pride. Lil Yachty going around talking to people, how he talking to people. Young Thug thinks he's El Chapo, and T.I. is obviously the only rapper with CTE. Get the mics out of Atlanta.
All right, so if we're talking cities and you can't say your hometown for all three of us, who would you hype up? Who would you hype up?
What should be the next booming city that should get a big up for real?
Social media name of the game right now.
Cali already got LA. Cali got too many cities as it is. California's big enough. I'm gonna throw a curveball, man.
He gonna say Memphis.
Austin, Texas.
Texas is already
Austin specifically.
Austin specifically.
Austin push right now. I think there was
Who's
one
from there?
from XXL recently where
Nobody.
all artists were from Texas, but
nobody.
He's trolling.
A lot of these people.
He gonna hype up Mark
ain't from
Phillips.
Atlanta.
Come on.
No. But for real, a lot of these niggas not from Atlanta. Soulja Boy not from Atlanta. He from Mississippi. 21 Savage. He's from the UK. That nigga not from Atlanta. Like a lot of these niggas just moved to Atlanta. I think Travis Scott isn't Georgia. Travis Scott's is he Georgia?
I don't know.
Is
Miami?
he playing in Georgia?
Miami?
Playboy Cardi was in New York and went down to Atlanta for a little bit, became a vampire. Like literally a lot of niggas aren't from Atlanta. Obviously you got the ones that obviously are. Like there's obviously rappers from Atlanta. But a lot of the big ones also aren't from Atlanta. So you can really go anywhere. You said Miami? Rick Ross and DJ Khaled tried it, bro. It's only so much you can get done in Miami, man. It's only so much.
This nigga hate everybody. In terms of the list, I mean, I'm not gonna OD nerd it up, but yeah, it's just a matter of what his criteria was. Because there's an argument for having a future above a Cole, as nasty as that sounds to a lot of people.
What?
But then again, it's 2024. That doesn't sound nasty to a lot of people.
Who made type shit, man? Come on.
And things of that nature. But it like obviously another glaring thing again because it's 2024, K-Dot at 18. I think rather than an insult that goes to like how in hindsight the rap game got a lot of heavy hitters in it. He's not that low for my personal list, but I don't think it's like, oh my god, he on the ball considering what the names were above him. I think there was only like 2 or 3 where I was like, nah, you're fucking drunk. But yeah, overall, I mean, the list, obviously, I would vastly disagree. Some of those rappers I haven't listened to a day in my life, but
he put Big Boy over him because they did ATO together, bro. I'm not trying to hear that. Bezos, to answer your question about what city should be hyped up, man, Boise, Idaho. What's out there? No clue.
But yeah,
What's that one in Indiana?
Indianapolis.
Yo,
Indianapolis.
No,
man.
where Jeff Teague's from? Damn.
Gary? Is he from
Gary?
Gary?
Yeah.
Okay,
Gary.
is he from naming random places on the map?
No,
Shout
don't
out
put
Gary
Gary on the
Indiana.
map. Don't put Gary on the map. Nah, leave them niggas alone.
What if they got the next guy, man?
No, they don't. Well, they already had one guy. You only get so many generational talent. They got Michael Jackson.
There you go. Let's hype him up again, man. Maybe another one will come out. I don't know.
Nah.
What are we doing
Best,
right now,
the
bro?
base case scenario, you getting either another Freddie Gibbs or a new NBA YoungBoy. That's all that's coming out of Gary right now.
Oh my god.
What
I mean, what?
Overwhelming YoungBoy love.
He's in jail. That's what happened.
He stopped dropping, man. His algorithm fell off.
He can't drop.
No,
That's the problem.
The shorts algorithm stopped. That's what happened.
Sing to the woo for YoungBoy. Now they chilling.
He can't drop an album every month, man. That's what. Hey, fuck. When
Daily
you just feed the
upload
streets
stop.
like this, hey, crazy. There is no going back to the back catalog because you binge watching everything when it dropped.
Fair enough.
All right, let's keep on going with Sage's hot take of the week.
Micro double down, not the main one. I had my AC off for about 5, 6, maybe even a full week. Yeah, nah, I'm doubling down on I'd rather be cold than hot. That shit for me, I could not breathe. It was literally hell. I couldn't fucking breathe. I was temporarily sick, and niggas thought that's because I went out. I recently hosted an event. No. I was just in my house, literally coughing because I can't fucking breathe. There was granted a somewhat difference because I have the soundproof panels in my room and shit. There's a somewhat difference when I left my door open, lifted the panel up and shit like that, got a little bit more air. But reality is, even downstairs, no matter which area of the house I was in, nigga, I'm dying. nigga, I was dying, could not do it. And I'm literally just like, yo, this is hell. But then I imagine, like, what if there was snow out in the street, bro?
That's what I like cold weather, but shoveling snow, defrosting your car, slipping on block ice, man.
So for me, it was like, damn, what these niggas, right? But it's not fucking frozen out there. So, hey, I understand. I went through hell. And maybe we need to find a situation where my heat break and I'm living in fucking cold. But that shit, bro, I think I'd still rather be hot, but man, I downplayed the ability to fucking breathe. And I think I worded that wrong initially to start. My real hot take, and I'm a lurker in streams. I've seen in like 4 people's streams now, people talk about the Keith Lee thing. And yo, Sage, this what you eat? Yo, Sage, this what you eat? Watch the pod, rewatch the old pods. What did I tell you way back when Omar would ask me a random question while he's dunking on Salisbury? What did I tell you all way back when Keith Lee was dunking on Atlanta? Guys, I don't like eating in DC. I think it is literally Atlanta, LA 0.5. I think it's a bunch of bougie shit going on, and sometimes it can live up to it, but for the most part, it's just overpriced bouginess for the sake of vibes. Furthermore, the best places to eat are local places not in the city, the suburbs especially, or if you want to really get technical, them little food trucks, that's probably your best bet. But if you're trying to get your best eats in like the fancy restaurants, maybe the brunches are solid, but outside of that, bro, no. To be very honest with you, if you really got to go to a fine and dine 5-star restaurant, go to Baltimore. I hate admitting that shit. Go to Bremerton. It's literally art and food all over the fucking place. But for those of you that were like, Sage, Keith Lee, he actually cooked you, and I want to know your response because like there's no way you eat that shit, bro. I told you niggas don't do that shit, bro. I could have guided Keith Lee, tell the nigga not to do that. Now, do I think that y'all damn near threaten the boy's life over that shit is corny? Absolutely. But yeah, no, this is not shocking to me when he went up there and said, yeah, I'm not even going to go talk about this because he's implying it's essentially Atlanta Part 2. Because I've been told you niggas, it's Atlanta 0.5. So, no.
Let's actually talk about that real quick for our next topic. I do have it pulled up. So this is the video that Sage is referring to. Keith Lee says he visited about 12 restaurants in DC area, but made a personal decision not to post most of them. He doesn't feel his videos will be constructive. The reason why I feel like this is an interesting conversation is because earlier this year, Keith Lee was under some fire for similar shit. But also, I don't know if y'all keep up with like tech YouTube, but Marquez Brownlee, like a lot of people credited one of his reviews for like, whatchamacallit, like dropping the fuck out of a stock of a electric car company. So the concept of like, do bad reviews ruin companies? And are they like bad people for making these reviews has been like a conversation going on this year. But nevertheless, let's just play the video first and then we'll converse.
Me and my family are still in the DMV, and there's a few things I want to talk about. So let's talk about it. I know we only posted about 3 spots from Washington, but we went to about 12, and we made a decision as a family and as a team, and also a personal decision to not post most of them. So out of those 12, I probably only got like 1 or 2 more that I'm gonna post. And the reason for that, a lot of those videos, in my opinion, aren't constructive at all. And before the narrative start, I'm gonna show a few clips of the places that we did go to. And again, I don't think they're constructive. So for privacy of the restaurants that we went to, I'm not gonna say what restaurant it is. I'm gonna just show you a little bit of our personal experience. It's the whiting with the sweet potatoes and mac and cheese. Fortunately, I won't be trying any of it. As always, I ain't trying to be rude, I'm gonna just be honest. The smell of this, insane. This perforated the whole car immediately. So much so that my family went back in and asked if they fried it in the same grease that they did the shellfish. And come to find out they do. And it smelled like it. It smells like shellfish. It smells like frozen fish. It smells like fish.
Hey, man.
It smells almost unedible, in my opinion. Damn. I don't want no smoke.
Tell you niggas.
The entire customer service experience, in my opinion and in my family's opinion, was completely unprofessional. It said on the IG that they opened at 1 o'clock. The truck didn't open up until 2:15. It took about 45 minutes. When they went back to go get the food, they saw her preparing it. No gloves, no washing hands, grabbing money, grabbing strawberries.
Just like that one place in Austin.
Damo.
All right, so ultimately, that's the rest of the video. Is just snippets of like his reviews, and most of them were honest, but they were honestly non-constructive. Like he was shitting on these restaurants. So, do y'all feel like he should have posted these videos, or was he right for like, you know what I'm saying, like keeping them under the
I
table?
actually think this is a clear-cut example of what we call a lose-lose. The nigga can't win no matter what he does unless he lies and says it's good. If he sits there and doesn't post it, now he's either overrating his own power or he's being a wuss that is disrespecting the DMV anonymously. If he does upload criticism, now who the fuck are you, Keith Lee? You eat in your car. You don't eat the right way, which I saw that shit trending. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but I guess a nigga can eat wrong. So yeah, this is literally a lose-lose. I don't have an issue with it at all. Would I personally have done it? I probably would have uploaded a couple. I would have went for a more split route than a straight up, hey, majority I'm not uploading. I wouldn't have told him that. I wouldn't have lied, but I would have said of the 20, I'm uploading 10, 5 were bad, 5 were good. And then been like, DC's hit or miss. I think everyone can get with that. It's a matter of who guides you, whatever. They would have went on that little run. And he'll get blamed for that regardless. But I think that would have been a better PC move or whatever. But reality, no, I'm not. I don't have an issue with the rollout. Don't have an issue with the opinions. And as a DMV native, not a DC native, I'm from the burbs. But I'm not surprised by it. Even the food truck take I had earlier. Yeah, I only go to the food trucks late at night when I'm drunk. So that.
Yeah, this is clear cut, dry, and easy. He's a hoe for not posting it. If you are a food critic, if you that's genuinely what you are, well, the second half of your job title entails what you need to do in your job. Critique the food. So if you don't have good things to say, that business should know, and people should know these places suck if they suck. Stop worrying about declining the sales of a company for having a shitty product or having shitty customer service, because that's what real people want to know. The people that are actually spending their money here wants to know if these people are unprofessional. I would want to know if the place I'm going to eat is preparing their food without goddamn gloves. That is crazy. And Souls called it perfectly, just like that nasty ass place in Austin. Y'all seen it. I could not eat my food. That nigga was back there playing.
I got free
juggling
food.
my fish. He was juggling my fish, bro. I'm like, yo, juggling my fish with no gloves. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? That's
You had to see Damo face. You had to see Damo face when that nigga held the fish. Blah, blah, blah. This nigga.
I'm sitting there with everybody. I know y'all see this nigga with no gloves. That's my fish. Gang, that's not your fish. Nigga, what you get? Chicken? What you get? Steak? What you get? Shrimp? What I get? Fish, nigga. That's my fish. But neither here nor there. Keith
I see
Lee,
Damo not eat it. I was like, yo, Damo, you eating that?
hell
Big
no,
back
man.
ass.
That nigga
Hey,
finger
man.
my fish. No, I don't want none of this shit, bro. But nah, I genuinely feel like he should have posted it. If he doesn't have anything constructive to say, nigga, don't be constructive. Be truthful. That's what you got your platform. Well, I don't know what you got your platform for, because I don't watch your content. So hey, do what you do. If you feel the need to reserve the right to not post content because it's too negative, at the end of the day, hey, that's your page, gang. Fuck it. Just know that's a disservice. Now I know you only gonna tell me the good shit. Don't tell me the real shit. And I thought you was being real, Keithif.
I agree if he didn't make that specific video though. Like he actually made a video saying, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I went to the DMV. A lot of them shits were ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'ma still keep it real. I went to the I don't know if he went to DMV specifically. DC. He went to DC specifically and said, yeah, a lot of that shit was ass. I'ma keep it real with y'all. But to protect these businesses, because I do know there's like, you know, family still at stake here. A lot of these are small businesses. I'm gonna not like call them out individually. But I do get where you're coming from, bro. I think ultimately, man, I trust a reviewer less if they don't say negative shit. Because at that point, you are just an ambassador. You are a salesman. You're not a reviewer. So even going back to the tech shit, like if every single iPhone review of yours is just hey, this is the latest and greatest.
This is a better phone.
This is a better phone. Like, oh, this is the GOAT. Every year, every time, every phone, the Motorola one too. All right, bro.
Like you Ronnie 2K.
Something's wrong.
You Ronnie 2K at that point, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll say this. Souls had a good point in regards to if he didn't upload this video, maybe it's viewed in a different limelight. Absolutely. I didn't even think of that. Good point. What I will say to add on to that, though, where I'll give him merit for not uploading is he does, for what I know, I got to be blunt, I don't watch all of his videos either. But what I'll say is I've heard that he goes to more local restaurants. He doesn't go to like the popular shit. A solution could be going to that popular shit. A solution, because at that point, who gives a fuck if you think McDonald's was nasty?
But he did that in Atlanta, and motherfucker said, you didn't even go to the real shit. You just went to the mainstream shit.
But that's just, we know how that go. I mean, I understand. Yeah, we know how that goes. Even on the pod, even on even with sports athletes, anything like that, there's nothing you could say that could please the whole audience, and there's always going to be people that are up in arms for anything negative that you say or any criticism you have. But at the end of the day, I think that may end up being his solution. But I guess the argument that he may have for that is, well, from what I'm getting, people don't instantaneously recognize him and his family when he goes to these local restaurants, and maybe that's kind of what he wants to keep going on.
I'll say this: when it comes to the difference between like the shit for Atlanta, because we've ate in Atlanta, we've seen it. There's a reason he went to the popular shit, because when you don't, you end up like shit at the Bando, where one in the middle of the hood, and that bitch might not even be open most days. Have the most bullshit hours I've ever seen for restaurants. These pop-up restaurants is crazy. When Omar was like, we was like, oh shit, let's go to Bando. Oh wait, it's 12 on a Wednesday. They're not open at 12 on Wednesdays. They only open at 12 on Mondays, Sundays, and any day that don't end in a Y. Like what? Like, what? So when can we go there? We can go there Friday before y'all flight at 3 a.m. Like, nigga,
in the why? Nah, you spitting. I don't really got much to say.
Other non-basketball shit, since we're on here. We did send out the Q&A link, y'all. So once again, the prompt is, what is the prompt? Oh, when was your worst birthday and why? We want to hear y'all worst birthday stories. Go ahead and join the Q&A. We already see a couple of y'all down there. One of them, the name is TSO/YRG fan. You are not beating those allegations, Sage.
Nope.
What allegations I need to be now, bro? What I do now?
It's actually an old allegation. I ain't gonna lie. The YRG allegation.
That is from
the race
years
clone.
ago. Oh, come on, chat, comment section, souls. That's years ago. You said anything else? This is like a generic topic, but when Damo brings up the list, Bezos has his hot take, and then in terms of the TSO community, a couple of hot takes that I've seen on my channel in regards to the anime, cartoons, whatever shit. I'm starting to realize that like nostalgia is a two-way street, and we don't talk about it. In the sense that nostalgia is something that obviously we talk about being an over-highlighting thing and glorification of things of the past. We don't talk about nostalgia nurse enough. There is things that were fantastic, things that were all-time great that we become normalized to, maybe because we've seen it several times, watched it on replay, or we were there and we're just trying to move on to the next big thing. And as a result, we downplay these things. Whether it's like, to be specific to what my community will do, obviously we watch anime and shit, they'll downplay some of like the best Dragon Ball moments or Dragon Ball as a series. And it's like, damn, bro, like, y'all gonna sit there and act like this ain't one of them was? Or like, and I'm not going back into the argument, but like if we're downplaying great players of the 2010s, or if we were to look at T.I.'s list and downplay some earlier artists for like, I don't know, whoever's a trendy name now, I'm starting to realize, and maybe this is just a yap fest while we're pulling people up, but I'm starting to realize nostalgia is low-key a two-way street, and we just don't talk about the negativity of it because the overwhelming positivity from nostalgia overshadows.
You know what? That's actually a great segue to a topic that we were discussing earlier during the pre-pod meeting, man. Let's talk about 2K real quick, man. Big news today. Big news today. All right.
I know it's about
the real is back. The Ville is back. 2K15 My Park courts are back, y'all. Hold on now. Hold on.
Please don't fall for it.
Rivet City, Sunset Drive, and things of that nature, whatever it is. I'm not a park dude. But yeah, they're bringing them back in seasons. There was a lot announced today as well. They're bringing back My Court. They have this new competitive ranked park mode. Pro-Am is back. They got new courts as well. A revamped, smaller city because they listened to the community, man. We listened. Y'all wanted a smaller city. So, that's what we're going to give. I seen Call the Man stream earlier. A lot of people in his stream were very excited. And I feel like consensus on the timeline is, hey, man, 2K's back. This is what y'all asked for. And if y'all are still complaining, y'all still hating, y'all just ain't never satisfied. Is 2K back?
It's not. We're not No, it's not that we're not satisfied or anything like that. It's the fear of the community falling for smoke and mirrors, at least on my end. I know Damo's probably on the deep end that he's going to just say, no, this shit's ass. That's fine. I'm not even going to sit there and act like a part of little kid, pretty boy Fredo story time watching ass, 2K16 built ass Sage. Ain't excited to see Old Town again. Ain't excited to see Rivet again. But what I'm scared of is some of you niggas are gone. Some of you niggas, hey, can you bring the rec back too? The rec was awful. Do not bring back the Jordan Rec Center and have people going, hey, yo, I got next at the goddamn Fives court. The way they do it now is infinitely better. You walk in a locker room and get a game. What are we doing? This is my fear, that you guys are just going to want just reversion, and you're going to allow this thing that games like Madden and 2K have been getting away with for years, which is having a great gameplay mechanic, take it out for like 8 years, then bring it back like it's something new, or advertise it as, hey, remember that thing you liked? It's back. I'm going to bring another example that for like, not my old heads, but like for the niggas that's been playing 2K for a long time, you can remember this. Yo, y'all remember not Pro-Am, but the Jones, yes, fucking crew. If one of these days you're able to play with LeBron, AD, and 3 of your my players on the court, don't sit there and act like that's new. Nigga, that's crew from years ago. But I wouldn't be surprised in 2K26 it drops, because ain't nobody talking about crew anymore. I'm just begging the 2K community to not be this damn gullible. Can you be excited for it? Obviously. It's a fucking park reskin, but you know what? It's a nice skin that we all like. We're all gonna not even have to buy it. Rare W there. But like when you guys see things like, oh, this year $60 worth of VC is worth 200,000 more VC. Nigga, yo, jump shot going to take 100,000 VC. That's all that means, bro. Like, oh my God. Like, yo, I'm about to crash out because these niggas just won't see through the bullshit, bro.
Sage knows me so well from doing these pods for so long. I am not fooled. Hold on. Release. I'm not getting fooled by the Genjutsu, bro. You're showing me all this bullshit. 9,000 new animations. We're gonna bring back the park courts for my team. Oh, did niggas forget that? Bring back the
it actually is for park. So I was wrong on that. Yeah.
It's for park. It's for
park. Still don't care. I don't care. All parks being back does not make me excited. You want to know why? Because my first question is there still latency when I want to play crossplay? Is that fixed? Is the latency because I have crossplay on fixed? Fix that. Are the jump shots going to work? And by that, I mean, can I actually use any jumper and actually find the timing and it work just fine for me? Or do I have to wait for Jump Shot 2K to go in the lab for 1,000 hours straight and find out only 5 jump shots actually work consistently? And you got to plug your controller into your console to limit the latency of the jump shot, because if you're playing on a TV and got a wireless controller, you're going to have 576 milliseconds of delay. So if you plug your controller into your console, that cuts it down to 333 seconds of milliseconds of delay because you're playing on TV. So now you got to get on the monitor to minimize all the levels of delay you can have. But then guess what? Surprise, surprise. You want to play with all your friends? Crossplay on. So you got to turn crossplay off to minimize all the goddamn delay and latency. Is that fixed? Fix that shit. I don't care about all this dumb shit. Oh, we brought back Auction House. Why didn't you take Auction House out? This shit is stupid. And then you monkeys and your bananas get to sitting around and oh, 2K back. It's so fun. We fall for the same shit every year. They had these niggas go. They went to the community day. I watched the Summer Clicks video discussing the community day. You know what I seen? The jump shot contest system looks even worse. No one's talking about that though. You wanna know why?
Nah, niggas is over.
6'2" demigod builds might be back. That's what I'm seeing on the timeline.
They
You
talking about
niggas
them
are so
5'9"
cancerous.
chumps, bruh.
No, 5'9", hey, 5'9" might be comp. They're doing the same shit where they harp on this dumb ass build that no one should be making. A lot of you niggas who know no better are gonna go out here with these short ass guards, and guess what's gonna happen? Day one patch, new
6,
VC,
7
new
lock
build.
LP.
Like Jesus, is that? Hey Ronnie, hey Mike, is that gonna get fixed? Are y'all gonna stop just breaking builds because your game isn't complete? Are y'all gonna do that? Do I have to wait until November, December to actually make my build? Because the day one build I make, A, might not even be the most optimized, but B, might be goddamn patched because, Zach 2K found out about the same build I did, and he made a video with 2 million views. So now all you see is 3-level post faders running around the goddamn court just like me, and we all patched in a month.
That is a question I really do want to bring up because I was talking about it on my stream later, and I didn't really come to a good conclusion about it. Do y'all think the problem with why 2K isn't peak anymore, more so with the game itself, or how the community and honestly how content creators play a part in this ecosystem? Because I feel like even when it comes to the things 2K can do as a game, I think even the things that Damo mentioned, if they fix crossplay, if they fix these latency things, is that really the thing that's gonna stop you from not playing the game in February, March, April? Or is it because for some reason, whether it's because of the lack of originality with content creators or just 2K not being the it game that it used to be, like the content shit just like there's no like originality in the content. Like it's not a popping ass game because of the content.
Content creators make the game stale quicker. Content creators, because the name of the game is to get clicked, to get my video as much views and money as possible, because this is my job. Most niggas will default into doing what is easiest and brings them the most money. So niggas out here trying to figure out how to break the game before the beta comes out is the reason why the game gets stale by January. The fact that in community day alone, I'm not going to say names, but in community day alone, there were niggas literally figuring out demigod builds, already ready to monetize some broken ass build to flood
Can
the
you still
street.
speed boost? I heard that, man. Don't worry, guys. You can still speed boost.
Like, bro, this shit is not, bro. The first video I seen, I forgot who the dude was. Bro, the first thing I seen in terms of gameplay, dude was breaking down the clip. The first thing he said, and I tweeted this, and I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. The first thing I see him say, so you see me right here, dribbling a little bit with Jamal Murray, just trying to get my signatures down, get a feel for the game. And hey, chat, y'all heard it here first. Jamal Murray, that's gonna be the it signature style to use. That's the meta, chat. Nigga, you're not even, and he's not being ironic or funny. He's dead serious. Bro, look at the step back. Watch the step back. It has the best speed boost. It has the best counter. Like, it was the nasty shit. I'm like, bro, when you're playing 5v5, play now. Why are you thinking about the meta for Park? And it's the fact that niggas are literally thinking that they can't wait to get these broken ass builds, these unstoppable concepts, these broken ass players, and they're just ready to flood the streets with it. It's like, you know what it is? I realize content creators to the 2K community are like drug dealers in the 80s. It's a bunch of Franklin Saints, a bunch of niggas who are like, you know what? I know. Yo, a lot of niggas pushing this shit to their own community, and they give it to them with a smile on their face and turn their back. That brother gone. No, nigga, you're the problem, Franklin. You're the problem, Mr. Saint.
Nah, they blame it on Louis. Nah, to add on to it, bro, I feel like the 2K community would be, hell, 2K's perception would hit an enormous high if build videos, if jump shot videos weren't exactly entirely gone, but definitely unpopular. I think that it's very unfair to be a little fair. It's unfair to act as if, yo, my jump shot's ass. I can't come up with a good jump shot. Oh, there's a YouTuber that has a shot. I feel like that's unfair to say that said YouTuber shouldn't exist. On the flip side, It's definitely not good when everybody has the same goddamn jump shot. We talk about making a game stale. Everybody has the same 5 builds and 10 jump shots. I mean, damn, everyone looks the fucking same, literally. But I said yes.
Face scans.
Oh my God, don't get me started with the face scans. But I said yes to your question, B-Souls. And yes, man, I agree with both. Because 2K, nah, nigga. You following through. I already talked about you pulling out features of your game and then adding shit back years later. If there's one thing 2K is the greatest villain for that we have not mentioned, nigga, everything costs money. Nigga, everything costs money or time to look at ads. The idea of the Gatorade facility, yet again, it seems, being this thing that you have to go to not daily, not weekly, monthly, just to change not even your weight, but how your player looks, my guy. Who the fuck?
Your stamina?
Your stamina
the only
and
way to get the
literally how your
stamina
player
up.
look. Are you kidding me? Come on, bro.
I can't get burly unless I run these suicides. Like, man, I'm playing the game because I don't want to work out. What are we doing?
I want to play basketball, bro. But so to answer the overall question straight up, I think 2K, I think the most disappointing thing about 2K is it has, literal limitless potential. It doesn't have any competitors. It actually, for what we're normalized to, it does look like, holy shit. Like every time you play the game around your granddad, your grandma, your father, whatever, that don't really be on technology, yo, you watching the game? So it looks good. It looks like a basketball game. Absolutely. It's just a matter of like the nuances behind it and like the injustices of the game. And I know that's extreme, but hey, it's really villainous of what goes on sometimes in this community or in the actual game itself. And it's like, yo, this game could really like be a religious all-time game every single year, but it's never the case. It gets boring very quickly because of the same 5 to 6 problems that get washed away for a month or two because they'll bring something back. And then month 3, 4, people are going to drop a video. Mark my words, chat. And yeah, I understand that they brought Old Town and Rivet City was nice, but I'm not going to lie. I'm starting to think that we overhated 24. That's going to be the worst part. You niggas are going to sit there and say that 2K20, I think 2K23 is about to be up. Watch it. 2K23 is going to be underrated. It's going to be one of the GOAT 2Ks. And then 2K24, I'd rather play that than 2K25. Those 2 videos are coming out really soon by your favorite creator.
I just think in 2024 specifically, bro, I seen 2 specific streamers revive games that we thought was dead.
Absolutely.
We thought was dead. So that's why I brought up the content creators playing in this is because I saw what Jinxie did for Rainbow Six Siege. I saw what Sketch did for Madden. And there was a legitimate revival in people wanting to play those games for much extended periods of time. And when I look at the 2K community, there is no Sketch. There is no guy popping off to these extreme levels. And I don't even think that's a 2K problem because I think 2K giving you the canvas to do your thing, I think relatively speaking, they do a pretty good job of giving you the tools to make the content that you want to make, right? Whether it's my league, whether it's my team, whether it's Park. There is a lot of customization in the game. But I feel like there's just no content creators like really popping off to the extent of a Sketch. I want to shout out Vlad Wavy because he did gain a bunch of subscribers over this last year, right? So there is growth. There is growth within the community. You know what I'm saying? Joe Knows is still pulling good numbers. You know what I'm saying? Cole the Man was pulling 2,000 viewers in his live stream today. So there's still guys succeeding. But in terms of like blowing the fuck up, there just hasn't been that name. And I feel like the guy who breaks that, the guy who becomes 2K Sketch, I think truly that is a guy that is capable of reviving the game to being one of the it games. I truly do think that.
But I would just say the last 2 guys that blown up to astronomical heights were 2K, like that I could think of were 2K guys, Speed and Aiden.
Yeah.
Speed and Aiden both came up through 2K, but when they seen a drastic boom, they pivoted. But it's still possible, man. Maybe I'm even proving your point, but it's possible. Niggas just gotta want to do it, I guess. I don't know. Niggas want to be original. A lot of niggas don't want to be original.
That too, because I was looking at someone, a designer, I don't know who it was, on Twitter. New thumbnails for 2K24, 2K25. Bro, they look the exact same from 2K19,
Exact same.
2K18, bro.
Man.
Like even when it comes to the packaging of titles and thumbnails, there hasn't been any innovation within this community. It's the same old, bro. Like y'all are literally recycling the same fucking 5 designers, man.
Not even the same by designers. They'll literally take like the takeover badge from like 2K19 and put it on it. Like it's not even the newer graphics on it or whatever. But I'll say this to what you were talking about, a big time streamer doing it. My concern isn't even if someone can. I'm not gonna be a hater. Shit. I hope one day Joe Knows has 2 and 1,000 in that bitch. Because I actually enjoy some of the content he makes. What I'll say though is my question would be, how long does that fire last? Not him as a creator, but like how long is that all he's going to do? You name Speed and Aiden, hell, I'll go a step further, even Sketch. I don't watch, too, so. Yeah, I don't know everything about Sketch, but I do know Madden ain't on the same time and no more. And I'm 99% sure that's because Sketch ain't playing that shit like he used to. So yeah, my question is, how long does that fire burn?
I would even say that's true because Kai said he was going to save 2K with 24. That nigga didn't even make it 2 weeks. The last guy we seen come into 2K, and like really try to give it a breath of fresh air, like, and succeeded, I'm not gonna lie, it was Flight and Tassino.
Flight was cooking for a little while.
Flight and Tassino was the last two.
Flight
and Tassino was the last two where they just came onto the scene, whether they were already big or just had this boom in the community and stayed on the game. Flight and Tassino. I don't know what Joe Knows was at that time. Obviously, Joe Knows is bigger, but Joe Knows is just that nigga's different. He's Joe fucking Knows. But in terms of creators that just had a blow up within 2K and kept it going, Tassino, Flight literally took the following he had, got on that bitch, start shaking his head with his tongue out, raging, getting hella clips came from Flight playing 2K, and he kept it up for a bit. That nigga just crashed out and said "fuck Ronnie," and we know what that is. But even he'll still play. I think he still plays 2K.
Yeah, that is interesting because even if there is a guy that blows up, they'll probably pivot the fuck out of it because they know that the ceiling of 2K is still not the ceiling of being a variety ass WRL or
content creator,
Pogger streamer. So that's a tough conundrum.
It's gonna take someone who genuinely says, "I want to be the person that breaks the ceiling for 2K." Like even Sketch with Madden, his intention was not to save Madden. He was just playing Madden because he needed content, and then it turned into what it turned into. For 2K, I don't even think you can get that type of luck. You literally have to want to do it. Like you mentioned Vlad, who had a significant amount of growth with his channel. Shout out Vlad. Vlad wanted to do that. Vlad, he cares about play now. He wants to play now. That's his shit. He cares about it. So he's going to keep doing it, and he has growth with that, so he'll stick with it. He's not going to pivot. Now, hey, Vlad, you hit 1 million this year. Hey, gang, pivot. We got a spot on the pod for you. But hey, man, other than that, you got to want to do that.
We got a spot for Vlad right now. Vlad, cool nigga. But I also say,
hey, Vlad, you come on right now.
Yeah, I'll also say that I would argue, and maybe this is me pushing it, but considering the names that we know even that are prominent in the 2K sphere, I would argue that they would have to be a my player guy. I think Damo's on the right path, but they would have to be a my player guy. I think for that ceiling to truly raise, you have to do something that everyone's going to want to copy. Niggas aren't going to want to do play now. Niggas aren't going to want to play offline. Of all the communities in the fucking world, you think 2K niggas want to play offline? No, you're going to have to do something online, instantaneous, instant gratification, competitive gameplay, and there's nothing like that in 2K other than the park and Pro-Am. You're going to need someone that does that in the my player sphere, because I already know there's a lot of people that would argue that, well, Kenny, well, Click, well, fuck, who's the other guy that has all the rebuilds as well? But there's a ton of people that do rebuild content, play now online content, but at the end of the day, it's going to have to be my player if we're talking about truly raising the ceiling in the creator space.
With that being said, W conversation. Let's go ahead and bring up people for the Q&A again. The prompt is, when was your worst birthday and why was it your worst birthday? Let's bring up TSO/YRG fan. What's good, Brody?
Not too much on the gang, man. What's good, Brody?
We can't hear you.
You big muted though.
Yo.
Yeah. I don't know if you're muted.
Oh, you still muted, gang.
3,
you got the right mic on?
2, 1.
Oh,
all right.
No! Hey, fix that. Yeah.
Try to fix it.
We'll bring you back up.
We'll bring you back up.
Make sure your mic working.
Let's bring up Zach. Yo.
Hey, Zach.
Was good.
Nah.
We can also not hear you.
When y'all talk, make sure that like your mic, it has a little like blue highlight whenever you talk. It'll let you know when your shit. What the fuck?
Or make sure you got.
Damn, we getting mad technical issues. You refresh the
All right,
camera.
Mike selected. Come on, Big Zitty.
Oh wait, I heard someone say Mike selected. Say it again.
Yep.
Damn.
I hear something. It's just
I
not
hear
really
something.
coming
It's just not clear now.
Yeah. All right, 3,
Damn.
2, 1. All right, gang. All right,
Yeah,
let's
we
bring
gonna
up,
get you back
Jacob.
up too. Thank God we got a lot of people. There you
Yo.
go.
How y'all doing?
What's
Doing good, man.
How y'all doing?
How about you?
I'm doing good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, doing great, man.
Oh no, my shit like okay, I'm good. All right. So the question is, my worst birthday?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and why?
Listen. All right. It's interesting thing. Coincidence. I turned 17 a week from today, but my worst birthday was last year actually. So the story is, it's a school birthday, so that's already a bad thing. And my dad wasn't there because he took a trip to fucking Africa to go handle some business shit. And the people that they had picking me up, because my mom, she works in the hospital, so she can't like, what's it called, pick me up a lot of the time.
Mhm.
So my dad's the one who be chilling, picking me up, who works night shifts. And the people that had picking me up forgot to pick me up, so I had to walk home in 95-degree California weather. It's like a whole like hour walk. Had to walk all the way back home. And the people like they pulled up like to the gas station right next to my house, like, I'll give you a ride. I'm like, nigga, I'm already home, basically. So I just walked the rest. I walked home. So I'm like, damn. And my mom's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And then I forgot what she did for me. Probably nothing. I'm not gonna lie. No, she gave me her MacBook. That's what she did. She gave me one of her old MacBook. That's what she did. That's what she did for me. Yeah. That was my worst birthday.
So you just had a walk of shame and not a lot of love. Okay.
Anything happened in school? Like, ain't nobody
get you nothing? But no one, nah. That's the worst part. Only my main friend group said happy birthday. Other niggas that I know didn't say happy birthday at all. Even though I probably like told them like a week before or like a month ago, like, oh, that's my birthday, bro. Didn't do nothing. I'm like, I can count like 10 people say happy birthday. No one. Yo, that was a bad day. I'm not gonna lie.
You know they going.
You said 10 people said happy birthday?
Yeah, out of like the 50 to 100 people I know at school just said happy birthday. That I walked past in the class. Not even. You know how sometimes teachers be like saying it's a birthday and shit. None of them that day. Like they did like the last 2 years in my other classes. None of them.
Let me go ahead and that was a eye-opening experience for you because it showed you the reality of what the world is. You know 50 to 100 niggas at school, only 10 niggas are your friends for real. Only 10 niggas actually care about you. So them niggas that you thought you was cool with that didn't say happy birthday, hey man, keep that in the back of your mind when you think that these niggas really fuck with you for real. Cause they don't.
Yeah, man. Kid 42 is just a friend you got in second period, man. That's it. Like,
y'all
cool.
only friends. Y'all only friends because y'all both got Miss Johnson. That's it. That's your connection.
Yeah,
I
that
changed
is.
now. I'm like, I don't know you niggas now. Like, I got my cool 10 niggas.
That's how I be. That's how I should be. Fuck them niggas. You shouldn't want to be cool with everybody.
Yeah, and by the way, we know 2K been shitty. I'm not gonna lie to you. Since 2K22, we been on that. She's ass.
22.
22.
That's when it started for you. Yeah, no, gang. It's been shitty for a minute.
21 was like the first one where
I'm
really
young,
thought it was
so
shitty.
20 was good for me. 20 was okay. And then
niggas revised their opinion on 20 vs. Niggas love
on 21.
Yeah,
no, he said 21. 20 was decent. Was 3 not fake decent?
No. I'm not saying that it was all time ass, but I'm saying like I vividly remember people saying 2K20's ass, 2K19 clears, and I vividly remember people saying that 2K20 wasn't good at all. People like both of those now.
I vividly remember 2K17 being the most shitted on 2K.
And now it's in the GOAT
for good reason. For good reasons, it was shitted on. And niggas, and that's how I know niggas wasn't really there for real. Because niggas just act like they just weren't. Niggas act like 2K17 was just perfection. Like one of the whole parks didn't fucking work. Anyway, hey man, I'm sorry to hear that about your birthday, gang. I hope your next one. I hope those same 10 niggas say happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm praying the niggas do. I'm not gonna lie. And there's a fuck like 5 more niggas. Then I got 5 niggas now. That's crazy. So
That's all you need, man. All you need is 3.
all right, have a good day, y'all.
Happy birthday in advance.
Happy birthday in advance, man. Remind me. All right.
They gonna some people gonna gloss over that story and act like it was born or nothing like that. But I put that up there with an L-ass birthday for real, because it like realizing like in the moment who rocks with you and who you don't. I understand that's gonna sound like some emotional sassy shit, but that shit do actually fuck with you. Like, damn, bro. Like, I thought I had like 30 friends, only got 10. That's tough. That's tough.
Nigga woke up on his birthday. Dad wasn't there. Mom had to work. Went to school of all days on his birthday.
And
found out he lost 70% of his actual friends on his birthday, and then didn't get picked up and had to walk home. As a nigga who've had to walk home a couple times because he's been forgotten, being forgotten on your birthday, definitely's up there.
Like, I used to be one of them niggas that's like, why y'all OD for your birthday? And to be honest, I still am, because there's a couple of my friend group, my oh my. But like, no, seriously, my oh my. But nowadays, I concede this. I do take more like looking out to saying happy birthday to somebody, because I can see how that could alter, like, damn, bro, what's up with you? I can see that more as I've grown up.
All right, let's try to bring up Zach again. He said he's good. Yo.
Big hey, can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good?
There we go. Yeah, I was giving you a thumbs up. I hoped it would work. Nah, my birthday, this is mad shitty. I don't believe anybody's gonna top it, so it's pretty great.
Okay.
Damn.
But you know, it's bad. So I just turned 18. It was my 18th birthday. I was in 11th grade. I don't know what it's called in the US. I can't forget off the top of my head, but I was in 11th grade. I was dating a girl who was in 12th grade, but she was gonna like leave to go like away to like college and shit. So like I knew it was gonna end, but I didn't know when it was gonna end type shit. And I got like a party organized with a bunch of like my friends who were also seniors, who I knew were gonna be leaving and shit, who like were our friends from like childhood. We all like grew up together and like we're all friends. And like we were gonna go to like a lake and just chill like a couple cabins for like the weekend. And I thought it was gonna be mad chill. Like they were gonna leave the weekend after. Like my birthday's like in June, so it was perfect for like the end of summer. And then or the beginning of summer, and like they were gonna go for school, whatever. And then like the day before we're gonna leave, girl breaks up with me. So like this is the day of my birthday. My girlfriend breaks up with me on my 18th birthday. She comes over, she's like, I don't wanna keep going. It's gonna get crazy. Like graduation was the week after my birthday, so she's like, we're gonna leave the week after graduation. Like I don't really want to like, she didn't want me to like be there at graduation like as her date, because she was like, I don't want it to, like I'm leaving, I don't want it to get that far. She was really cold with it, no cap. It was hard. I was heartbroken. It was not it, but like I took it. It was not great. Like I was like pressed. I like was like trying to make it work, but it didn't work out. But I was like, okay, this is like Thursday night. I'm like, we're still trying to go to to camp this weekend. Like I was tight with her. We'd grown up together. I thought we were close. Like it was like chill.
How long were y'all together for?
We were only together for like 6-7 months, but we'd known each other for like years. So like these were all like friends of mine. It didn't seem that crazy. But like so we went to the lake to chill. Day one, I was like pretty like pressed. I was like, damn, this is kind of like a strange environment. Like all of y'all know what happened. No one's really like coming and talk to me about it. Like I know she's here, but like no one's really like giving me any like feels for it. Everyone's kind of like ignoring it, which I guess is like, I guess we're in a big group environment, but even like on my own, no one came and like tried to talk to me. And I'm like, this is my birthday. Y'all are here for like me. And no one even seems to give a fuck that like I'm kind of like heartbroken about this. And then it like came to like be on like the Saturday night where I was like, yo, this is like, I'm annoyed. I'm kind of upset. Like not one of you is like to come and talk to me. And then they all kind of like sided with her and we're like, nah, bro, we're leaving. She's allowed to do this. Like on my birthday at my own party where like I planned this, we drove, I knew where we were going. I was pissed. I was pressed. Life was not good. And then like I haven't talked to any of these people since, because I'm like, why? Like I understand y'all leaving, but that doesn't mean you can just like, I didn't expect to just be like dropped. You feel like that.
Them reality checks. Them reality checks of who your real friends are, man.
True.
No, yeah, hate to
on your birthday. Y'all getting these on your birthday though is crazy, man.
Yeah, that's like I say this I'm not answering the question, but like I definitely have like a situation where a loved one or a girl or whatever a week later did me the fuck dirty, and they were like, okay, they probably just kept it cordial on my birthday and shit like that. I at least had a somewhat level of respect on my birthday, especially if it was in my house, your event or whatever, not to do no weird shit. So that's tough, gang.
No, but I
hey.
come to find out like all of them knew too. So like I was the one like last to know. So like it was like damn, like I see why y'all are all of y'all are too pressed because this was
You
like
talking behind your back too?
basically, yeah. And I was like, this is
hate to see it, bro.
Yeah.
That is up there, though.
Hey, one thing
That
about
is
the
up
pod,
there.
though. What can I say? One thing about what you all were talking about. I'm a Raps fan. I have the Kawhi shot like back here.
Okay.
I want to say I have a question for just y'all on the pod. Do you guys think that 2019 team would have beaten like maybe not 2016, but like 17, 18 LeBron, like the Cavs?
No.
That Cavs team?
I
fuck no.
No, the 2018 Cavs, yes. The 2018 Cavs, yes.
Yeah. 17.
17?
17, no.
17 may be the greatest team to never win a championship.
Yeah,
man.
17 is smoking, y'all. All respect. Them boys.
I don't know about smoking.
No, they smoking. They smoking them. All respect. You got
that nobody could be on.
You got the prime LeBron. Go, yeah. Well, see, my thing for the 17, you got the prime LeBron that people don't give credit to because he wasn't doing the insane solo run shit in 18. But at the same time, we act like he's not the same man that just came back down 3-1 on a 73-win team in 16. So it's the same motherfucker at the floor, the same motherfucker, if not a better version of the guy the year prior that has Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and an all-time offense. Fuck out of here. I mean, when I say smoking, I ain't gotta be nice to nobody. They smoking them niggas.
But all right, man. Appreciate you, Zach. I know your gamer was getting cooked at the end there.
Nah, that's just crazy.
Did y'all want to give y'all's worst birthday stories? Because I got one. I think tops his.
Oh fuck, well.
Worst birthdays? I haven't thought about it. Go ahead.
I gotta make sure I'm
For
not
me-
lying to the public. But
I got you. For me, remember like it was yesterday, man. 6 years old, man. My 6-year-old birthday. Remember it like it was yesterday. I got a cousin. She was born 10 days before me. Literally, she is 11 days older than me because it's right at the end of January. For whatever reason, her family couldn't afford to give her a birthday, or they didn't want to do a birthday. So they thought it was a great idea to group our birthdays together. So I shared my birthday with my cousin. Already negative aura. On top of that, they decided to throw our birthday at the skating ring. Guess who was the only nigga that couldn't skate? Me. So not only do I gotta share my birthday, I gotta share my birthday at a venue where I can't even participate because I don't know how to freaking skate. So I'm over here falling all over the place, sliding and falling everywhere, messing up my birthday outfit, everything. Then on top of that, none of my friends show up. All her friends show up. None of my friends show up. So not only do I got to share my birthday with my cousin, I also got to share my birthday with my cousin at a place where I can't enjoy the festivities because I can't skate. Now none of my friends is here. All of her friends is there. And to top it all off, everybody in my family have known since I was a young Damo. I do not like whipped cream icing on cake. I already don't eat cake like that, but if it's one thing that'll make me throw a cake at an old homeless person, it's putting whipped cream as the frosting on cake. Quickest way to get me to throw it at someone.
Niggas love that shit.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Get the cake, it's split halfway down the middle. Her name, my name, happy birthday. We share the cake. Take bites on her side, whipped cream. She loves whipped cream. I was told, I still remember, my side is gonna be icing because that's what I like, icing. Got me my corner piece with my basketball logo on it. Took a bite, whipped cream frosting. I start crying. Throw the whole birthday away, man. Throw the whole I started crying, bro. I was sick. I was over it. Birthday ruined. Throw the whole thing away.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide between two right now. There's another story, but I don't think that was quite my birthday. I think it was just, I don't want to lie, so I'm going to just not count it. The silver medal, because it'd be bronze either way. The silver medal has to be the time I almost died on my birthday. We went to this restaurant, you know, them hibachi restaurants where they eat like they throw like the shrimp and shit, pause if needed. So my dumb ass.
Come on, bro.
Here you go. Here you go, man. Here you go, man.
Come on, bro.
Here you go, man.
Man, you gay for that, man. Nah, you gay for that.
Oh man.
Yo,
All right, go ahead, man.
yo,
Go
so, like,
ahead.
you-
Not needed if you were fucking asking, man. Not needed.
All right, bet, cool. So he was doing the shrimp or whatever. Now my dumb ass, I thought it was like rice. I'm like 6, 8, 4. I don't forget how old I was, but I do vividly remember things up to a certain point. You're gonna understand why I said a certain point real quick. Moment of time, I had a lot of allergies. I knew that. I didn't know exactly the what, and I didn't know severity. Keep that in mind. So he's throwing around the like at first it's like I forgot what the fucking green vegetable shit was. We throwing that around, cool. Next round, it's chicken. Same shit, cool. Nigga, I didn't see the shrimp on the spatula. I caught that motherfucker. I remember eating that shit saying, it tastes weird. Cough, hospital. Swear to God. Swear to God. So that's honestly gold, but hey man, I don't remember shit. It was
cough, hospital.
Like that's all I remember, bro. I remember going to the door and coughing. And obviously I'm okay. I didn't die that day. For me, I had a recent one, kind of like what the first old boy story was, but it was a little bit more different. Cause niggas, for concept of it, I'm taking into account we grown now. So I was like 21. I think it was a couple years ago. I'm taking into account we grown as shit. So like I visit everybody's shit on their birthday, get everybody a little present or whatever. Some people had kids, got the baby, some all that extra shit. My birthday comes around, nigga, I ain't gonna lie. It's just one of them reality check situations. But what had me mad was like everybody good. The only niggas that was with me was my folks and somebody that invited me out the night before. Other than that, I was like, oh, all right, bet. So that following week, everybody puts together, yo, did this nigga not do a damn thing? And everybody trying to make the shit up. I ain't gonna lie. I'm out everywhere that next week. It was probably like a week that I was like tripping on time or whatever. And that whole week, I'm sitting there angry as shit at whatever turn up we going to. Cause I'm like, nah. like nah. Y'all ain't gonna have this feel bad tour for stage, bro. Hell no. Now, obviously, those people that were back then are no longer in my life today. The people that are in my life today, some from the high school, but in the high school niggas, by the way, they said happy birthday, but they was dead ass out of town. I was not going to Florida, couldn't do that. But obviously the people that I'm cool with today, they definitely were a part of the recent event. The people that were from college, they're a part of a recent event. But like in terms of people, I was really like, damn, I got a nice little new core of friends. None of them niggas pulled up. Nah, I had to pass on that one. There's one other
another
thing
reality check.
That was definitely a reality check. There's one in Ocean City, but I don't know if that was my birthday, and I don't want to lie on the internet. But that would be number one if it was.
I won't say mine is a reality check. It's just I ain't gonna lie how some Filipino parties function. So one of my birthdays, my parents came up from North Carolina, and you know we have a bunch of family friends up here that haven't seen them in a while. So we were like, all right, we gonna celebrate the party at one of our family friends' house. And essentially, they did the initial happy birthday, Brian, all of these things. Rest of the fucking party or whatever, they was just like minding their own business. Like it was just a gathering for them. Wasn't really for me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really a celebration for me, which is fine. That's how a lot of Filipinos functions work. You know, the titos and titas, they want to spill the tea with each other and things of that nature. The kids are on their fucking iPads. And there's rarely any teenagers, at least in my circle. The other ones are like in different states. So nothing too bad, but I'm just like, all right, man. Happy birthday to me. Damn, I could have went to a restaurant or some shit, man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say honorable mention if we're talking about teaching and learning lessons. 6th grade birthday, threw a birthday party, had a little event. Only people to show up was like family, little bit of friends, and like they probably brought 1 or 2 people with them. So it was still a decent amount of people. I had fun. It was a fun birthday, but I invited everyone that I thought were my friends. I invited basketball team. I invited everyone in my homeroom class and everyone I just assumed was my friends. Halfway through the party, one of the guys that I swore was one of my good friends calls me, and I hear him snickering with a couple other people in the back. Now I know these are other people that I invited. Niggas just decided not to come. But nigga calls me at my party. Hey, did X, Y, and Z show up? Did X, Y, and Z show up? did XYZ show up? And I'm like, nah. And I'm just hearing niggas snickering. Oh, all right, well, I'll be on the way. All right, bet. Niggas never showed up. I was like,
Kids are assholes.
Facts, bro. I see how niggas is, bro.
Yeah,
like that's crazy. That's why I knew. Hey, just like everybody knew, I knew what my immediate circles was. My cousins that were around my age was cool. The people they brought there, I knew we were either adjacent, acquainted, mutual friends, or people I genuinely was friends with too. They showed up, had a good time. It was still a fun birthday, but definitely went back to class. Went back to school that Monday. Ain't shake a lot of hands. I was like, oh, I see how this is. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, man. Some people are just cool peoples. Some people are your friends. You'll figure that out.
I guess I'll ask the concluding overarching question here. Are y'all niggas that like care about your birthday OD though? Because despite all the stories we done talked about, I don't necessarily need to be treated like a king, prince, super saiyan among you peasants, anything like that, like how a lot of people dead ass do view themselves. But I just like, hey, we've been cool for 5 years, dog. Just say happy birthday. Just call them a little text. I'm not even one of those people that don't say anything on their birthday. I'll tweet it out or I'll post a little story or whatever on it. So at some point, if I see me see you know that it's my birthday, just say what's up real quick. And that's it. I don't require all this extra shit.
I've never really been big on birthdays as a kid. You know, I really tried to put emphasis on it or celebrate my day after stories like that 6th grade story and a couple stories similar. I started to not care, and then I started moving a lot. So it was like, all right, even if I do want to celebrate my birthday, I only know like 3 niggas for real at this school. What am I inviting niggas to? A sleepover? I'm 16. Yeah, nah, gang, I'm good, bro. Like, whatever. It's another day.
Yeah, no, I'm not throwing parties anymore. It's definitely probably just going out with Bree or some shit. But the reason why I did bring up the story that I brought up, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe I'm tripping for this. At some point during the party, they asked me to go out and get forks because it wasn't fucking plastic forks. Come on, bro. No.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm crashing out.
Nah, I was mad, but I didn't want to blow it up. And hey, fuck it, man. Shit was 3
I wouldn't have wanted to blow it up either, but I would have. I'd have been like,
I'm about to say, if it's one thing I can blow up, is my own birthday party.
Exactly.
Nigga, who going to get the forks?
I'll be like, actually, hey, nah, Domo, they getting the forks at their house, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. What are we doing? Everybody go home, bro. I'm already pissed off. Y'all niggas ain't even talking to me anyway, based on what the situation you was in. Y'all niggas ain't even talking to me anyway. Everybody go the fuck home. What the fuck are we doing? Everybody's having their own dinner anyway, nigga. Bon appetit.
That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Hell, get us some more forks, little bro. Oh, die.
All right, let me read some of these super chats. Shout out to Nikki Fox for $10. I ain't want nothing this time. I love the content. I went from a SNS channel fan to Let's Keep It a Buck fan. Didn't realizing I already watched Damo's vids. Y'all cool as hell, bro. And Omar too. Well, ... And
That's
Omar too.
Crazy. That's super crazy.
What?
What's
up?
Y'all said the hate is really coming out today.
Why y'all keep doing that, chat? What the fuck?
This is the most divided ass podcast. Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
This with everybody. Like, why y'all keep doing that?
Motherfuckers got favorites for real, man. I feel it though. This is from SS Sid K1 for $10. Appreciate it. 21st birthday with my girlfriend. We live together. She had to show up. Reserved the table at a restaurant for 15. Damn, 15. Ooh. No one showed up. Oh my god. Only person called said they wouldn't come unless I paid for their food. What?
Oh,
I'm fighting everybody.
Yeah,
did you fight everybody after that?
I'm praying you made that up, my nigga, because you definitely got your moment. If you told the truth, if all of that's gospel, hey, I swear to God, fuck block list. I'm dead knocking on niggas' doors. Hey, you got like the 200? Because that shit costs money. That wasn't
niggas is catching the fade.
You they catching the Apple Pay or the fade. Nigga, like one of the two. I can understand what you being a hoe. I take the bread and you can get the fuck out of my life, but hell no, I'm knocking on doors.
And if they women, me and my girl jumping them.
Fuck no. Party of 50. Do you know what you got to do to reserve a party of 15?
15 seats?
15 is crazy, and no one goes.
What's the little website link called where you reserved a little spot? You either had to reserve on a website or you called the restaurant.
Called them, yeah.
Said, hey yo, these niggas is coming. They're like, okay, that's a lot of people, so you gonna have to charge with the service fee. Man, I'd have crashed out.
That's
and
crazy.
whole time, servers and people in the kitchen walking by the door window looking at you. You see that nigga with the hat? Yeah, nobody, right? Crazy. That's insane, bro.
Nigga.
That's insane.
Nigga.
Honey Dutch for $5. Sage, can I put my shrimp in your mouth too?
Pause was needed.
What?
Pause was needed.
What?
Pause was needed. I told you
What?
niggas. Pause if needed. It was needed, as you can see, for a nigga like that. I keep telling y'all, the way this community get down, you need the pauses. Why is my mic so loose today?
Yeah, no, that's crazy. With that being said, man, W activity. I like that, man. That should be a norm during the pod, man. Question of the day for y'all. You know why we did this? I'm gonna keep it a buck. We had a discussion about our Q&As, and we're talking about how I ain't gonna lie. When we send out that link, y'all be on some bullshit nowadays, man. So we're asking the questions.
Gotta ask people the question because y'all pop up with some dumb shit. First of all, love the pod,
So the
guys.
Timberwolves.
Be great. All right, so Sage, 3 years ago, you said, I don't think Cat could ever be a guy to average 20 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So after this last offseason, do you think there's room for Rudy Gobert to grow? Love the pod, by the way.
Well, I don't necessarily know what one has to do with the other, but I mean, Rudy Gobert is an older player. All right, that's fine. Hey, Damo, so real quick, like, yeah, I hate y'all, bro. I hate y'all.
Can I ask another one? Like, I don't want to take too much. Can I ask another question?
Yeah, Damo, before I go, Damo, 2 is not even top 15. Thank you.
Oh, wait. I know I just asked the question. Can I ask another one? Can I ask two? I got 3 questions.
Sure, man.
First question.
Who are y'all voting for?
No, this not me. What kills me, this is how they do it for real. I really got 3 questions for everybody on the pod. First question, Omar, I love you. O Block for real. Second question, B Souls. How do you grow a YouTube channel? Hey, how do you grow a YouTube channel? And before you answer that, Damo, Tua sucks. Sage, I will ask you a question, but I don't consider you. So, and that's how I be every time. They gotta disrespect somebody.
Yo, chat, comment section. If you made it to the end of this podcast, end of the stream, put a 1 in the chat, or say you rock with the core 4 if you like all 4 co-hosts and keep it a buck. I'm very
Doesn't even have to be equally. Just you like all 4 of us.
You just like us 4, yeah.
All 4 co-hosts entertaining. Comment that below, or put a 1 in the chat, or say that you fuck with the core 4 in the chat. I'm genuinely curious because none of you rock with all 4 of us.
And do not say, well, I do really fuck with Omar, Sage, and Souls. I mean, Damo cool, but you don't count. You're not. If you have to have a butt after somebody, you don't count. Right. You don't really like everybody. You like all 4 of us. That's it. That's the comment.
Getting a lot of 1s right now, but as you can see, someone immediately, can we say who we hate? Y'all always.
Y'all want to get it off so bad, bro.
And no. Why do they want to get that shit off? Pause and needed. They keep talking about it. They keep doing it.
All right, I do have a couple more super chats to read. This is $10 from Butterman. Appreciate you. Hey, just like Omar, I'm gonna 2 peace out, y'all. And no, I'm not deployed. Just taking a break on basketball. I'll be here for One Piece though. Okay.
All right. So you watching Fresh and Fit podcast now? All right.
One Piece stream might come to a channel near you. We'll see how that's gonna work out.
Let's see. I think there's one more that I missed. Tito El Bandito. Yo, Sage, what's your top 3 WrestleManias? These are the questions. Also, did my first super chat go through? I didn't see anything, Tito. If I missed it, my bad, man.
You know, I had this in my hot takes that I'm not as big as a fucking nerd as Keep It a Buck thinks I am, but I'm a happy medium between this and my own channel. This is one of those moments. I do not know all the WrestleManias. I don't have them all to the core. If I had to give a guesstimation, the Shawn Michaels Undertaker one, whatever event that was, the one that just happened, and the one where Daniel Bryan won are my personal 3 favorites, not best, but favorites.
WrestleMania 21, WrestleMania 17, WrestleMania 3. Boom. In that order.
I don't have it like that.
Hold on. I think there's Cruz is saying Butterman dropped 100 and I missed it. Hold on. Is it still up? Is it still up?
He just sent 10 saying you missed his 100.
Oh my God. I missed it. Oh, it's still up. It's still up. Okay, here we go. Shout out to Butterman for $100 fucking dollars. Jesus Christ.
It's not butter.
My God.
We didn't see your shit. I actually see.
My bad. I can't see it on my end. My bad, Butterman. Worst birthday for me was last year when I forgot my own 25th birthday. Found out only because of a text. All my friends visited home since it was the holidays. My family is 3,000 miles away since I'm in Germany. I had no one to celebrate it with, and I'm just drinking by myself. God.
The rule number one when you sad, brothers. Hey, I get TSO alcoholic jokes. I don't ever drink when I'm sad. When you sad, bro, just Jim. You know what I'm saying? For my weeds, I don't know what impact weed has on my sad mental.
Jerk one out, man.
What?
I'm about to say, don't smoke when you're sad, gang. You're just gonna be more sad.
Yeah, I don't know how weeds work when you smoke when you're sad. So
I know seeing sage on weeds made me sad because I thought I killed them. I would say
I was scared. I wasn't sad.
I was genuinely
once upon a time.
Nah, nigga, once upon a nothing, nigga. The way you fell into that chair, I was like, oh my God.
That was crazy though, because I was like, what the fuck going on? Oh shit, GDs.
No, why is Jesus giving me water?
Cruz scared the shit out of me. I thought I died. I'm not like Cruz. I will forever fuck with you. This nigga look like Jesus. I thought I died. I was like,
why is Jesus giving me water? Why does he keep bringing me water? He had like 3 cups, but nah. I'm sorry. That threw me off. Well, I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Holy shit. All right. We got a couple more from Butterman. $10. My hundo don't know L Souls. I swear I'm literally scrolling as much as I can.
Butterman,
and it just didn't pop up, man. So my bad. But shout out to Butterman, sponsor of the stream.
Big Butter.
Can't smoke another 10 from Butterman. Can't smoke weed while I'm in the army.
Oh, you should have. No, that's what I was gonna say. Nigga, you in Germany. You should have went to a bar to get you some drinks. You told the bartender it was your birthday. Told a couple of people that look friendly it was your birthday, and just turned up with strangers.
Hey, hot take. Going out and meeting new people ain't that bad.
That would have went from your worst birthday to I met 3 of my best friends in Germany on my birthday because I was sad by myself and they turned up with me. Nigga, drunk people in a bar are the best people to fucking intermingle with because they drunk and they already got a group of people that it would have been some drunk German woman. Oh, that's no good. And you would have had big German titties on your birthday. I don't know.
That is one thing I'm working on in my 20s is I feel like just because I don't have to go anywhere, specifically because of my job, I don't have to go anywhere. Like, I don't think I'm meeting enough new people. That's a weakness of mine. I don't know if y'all feel that same way, but meeting new friends is like, I don't know where to go for that shit.
I can't feel that way. I've dedicated this entire year to balancing work because last year I feel like all I did was stay inside. This year I've tried my best not to hold you guys on your podcast and I hold my team, but at the same time going out. 2024 is low-key gonna go down. It's all-time year for me. It'd have to fall off crazy.
Nigga, I have to move to meet new people. I say in a small town full of niggas I grew up with, there is no meeting new people. It's just niggas that either I used to have problems with or I'm not sure if we do have problems anymore. That's really it. That's just a bunch of people from the past.
With that being said, man, let's close this out. A 3-hour pod for y'all, man. Get the people what they want. Come on, bro. Did this feel like 2022 or what?
Armand Wiggins.
This will not be a consistent thing.
Armand Wiggins.
Oh my goodness, man. All right, let's say goodbye to the people. Damo, say goodbye to the people, man.
All right, Chess being my favorite next and we will be back some point between now and Sunday, probably twice, some streams, trying to finish this month off strong. One of the best months in YouTube I've had genuinely ever. So going to try to keep up the consistency. So keep the noti bells on. Sub to me at That's Damo. Check me out on Instagram at That's Damo and on Twitter and TikTok at That's Damo. Trying to get all my bases covered.
All right, Sage, say goodbye to the people.
All right, people. September is coming up soon. So even though I'm tired of shit, I'm probably going live either tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do tonight. I've been streaming for like 6 hours until 6 a.m. for like past couple of days. Like I don't have a sleep schedule. Like I don't have shit to do the next morning, but I'm gonna try. But this workout is starting to finally catch up again. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna take a nap, feed my dog, feed myself. Take care and stay blessed. If I'm live tonight, we on bullshit.
Shout out to Butterman for the $20. Shot clock teams. Only good thing that happened was watching Sage stream while donating 200 subs.
Wait, he did donate on his birthday. That did happen. That's crazy that it was on that day. Damn.
Thank you for reminding me September's around the corner.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Because now that Butterman's in chat too, man.
I'm about to say, hold on.
2K League coming back. What? Subs on a discount? Players on a discount. Come on, bro. Who trying to be the king of my league? Yeah.
August 29th at 10 a.m. till October 1st, 12 a.m., according to the twitch.tv blog site. And at the 29th tonight. Huh.
Interesting. All right. With that being said, chat, we will see y'all Monday. Hopefully with Omar. All right.
Hopefully.
Peace.
All right, chat, we're getting the